I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder. I'm proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder. I'm proud to be in whatever sitch, like singing on Twitch or playing D&D. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder. You may call me obsessive, but I just border on being a collector and being a dragon that sits atop my treasure. That's so shiny. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder. And my partners love me for it. I'm a natural 20 when it comes to being me. I'm a time traveler, so Alonzi. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder. I'm proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder. I'm proud to be in whatever sitch, like singing on Twitch or playing D&D. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder. You may call me obsessive, but I just border on being a collector and being a dragon that sits atop my treasure. That's so shiny. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder. And my partners love me for it. I'm a natural 20 when it comes to being me. I'm a time traveler, so Alonzi. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie.
Concept was.
Yeah, it's essentially Errol Flynn with a little bit of like Thor and like a little bit of like Luke Skywalker all mixed into one.
But recently came into they recently came into a lot of smugglers' clothes to because they've been raiding this abandoned yacht. You know, as you do.
Like you do. Yes, that's normal. It's very normal.
And the and I've been drawing up the redesigns because you know that's what I do as the DM.
Of course.
Brian, the artificer, and it ended up looking almost exactly like me if I ever shaved.
Yeah.
And I had to redraw Kenna, the sorcerer and pilot, because after finishing up the colors and everything like that, she looked like a cancer patient.
Whoops.
and Gideon ended up looking almost like coming out of a 70s sci-fi movie.
I approve of this, even though I haven't seen it yet.
Gideon. So I was
Gideon Freeman.
I was musing that apparently, like, I found out that I'm a great aunt again from my half sister recently, but the name of the child is Aiden, and it's spelled exactly like one of the characters from my Wild Mount game, which is kind of weird because it's a different spelling than normal.
I also have an Aiden in my Monday game. He's an Oath of Vengeance paladin.
Nice.
Which means that he has a purple lightsaber. The coolest lightsaber color.
That's the color I have. Nice.
I couldn't sleep last night. I kept thinking about how the Green Ranger had a dagger that was a flute that sounded like a synthesizer that's trying to sound like a trumpet, and he blew into it with his helmet on.
That covered his mouth.
I have questions.
Things that keep me up at night. Yes, the things that keep me up at night. If you have questions, I have questions as well.
I think you're thinking too hard about Power Rangers there.
You should really just relax.
I wish I could. That flute that sounds like a synthesizer.
It's the same thing that drives me nuts about these clowns that are pissed about the 007 being a black woman thing.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's a fictional character.
Yeah, it's a fictional character.
Like,
changes every time.
Yeah.
First of all,
Also,
second of
James
all,
Bond a code name?
Yeah, no,
Technically
007
it
is the code. First of all, second of all, she's not even playing James Bond. Apparently, the story goes that like James Bond retires and she gets given his old number of 007, and then he comes back from retirement. Yeah. But these people are like, "Oh my God, you're gonna have it be a woman." It's just like you're not sticking to the. You're not sticking to the. It's not realistic. Dude, you're talking about a movie series that had cars turn invisible and turn into submarines. People fire dozens of rounds of ammunition without ever having to reload, and a guy that could throw a hat and decapitate someone.
Yeah.
So, like,
and a guy who had like steel teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and was able to, with the jaw strength still only of a human, to bite down and like chew through steel pipe. Like, come on, like, stop. Or these people who are pissed about Ariel being black in the new. I'm just like, go away. Just go away.
The only problem I have with that is that everyone keeps on going, Terry Crews would be great for this, which is just a meme now of just, let's put Terry Crews in this movie.
I mean, to be fair,
I'm fine with.
Yes.
I think he would make a good... Personally, I think he would make a good Sebastian the Clam.
He would make a great Ariel, to be fair.
Sebastian the Clam?
Yeah, Sebastian, the little...
Sebastian
the little clam.
Crab.
Or the little crab, lobster, whatever the fuck.
Crab.
Whatever the fuck.
Well, no, I think a Caribbean accent would definitely need to be. If he can do one, by all means.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that is very. I think it's very essential that it's a Caribbean accent that plays.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't even know if there's still.
There are some things that are. Yeah. Sorry.
Staples.
Yeah. Well, like, I don't know though, even if they would even have it in there, because like if look at like how they're going, the direction they're going, which I think is actually really cool with the Mulan live action movie.
Yeah.
They're like not having Mushu in it as much as I loved Mushu, but they're going for a more. They're going for a more historically accurate version of the story.
Aw, no.
So there's not going to be any like
Mushu.
musical numbers in it. There's not going to be like the cricket or Mushu.
I mean, I'm all right with no musical numbers.
My favorite songs.
Dude.
So go watch the original.
Yeah.
The cricket and Mushu made that movie what it is.
Yeah, so go watch the original.
Yeah.
This is not
Otherwise, it doesn't have a personality.
They're not doing a shot for shot.
Watch it for the actress though, because holy fuck, she looks like she's gonna be fucking perfect.
Oh yeah, they've
for a kung fu movie, sure, but all of the things that I've seen, her face is almost completely blank. She has protagonist face syndrome. You know,
It was a
That's
30-second
probably-
trailer.
Yeah, it's a photo shoot direction.
Yeah. It was a
Uh,
30-second
she's
trailer, by the way.
she's
Anyway.
been in other things though, and she's had that consistent problem. But you know how Daniel Radcliffe had barely any emotions until later when he took acting classes.
Well, anyway.
Or Keanu Reeves, that kind of face. Sorry.
Wait,
He still doesn't have any emotions.
Keanu,
Anyway.
Keanu Reeves says he was going to do a movie, and I just heard about it. I can't remember what it was.
He's in Cyberpunk.
No, he's in a movie. He just announced that he's in a movie, and it's like a well-known movie.
Oh, like he just got cast in something?
Well,
Like a project?
Yeah, a project. I can't remember. I think it's a Marvel, to be honest. I was watching some Marvel speculations. I was watching some Marvel things about like what's going to happen in the next like 4 or 5 years.
Phase 4? Yeah, Phase 4 or whatever.
And I think he is greenlit for one of them, and then there's another actor who's very well known that everyone's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he's going to be there. Like
I almost viewed Far From Home as like the prologue to the end game more than it was the beginning of the Phase 4. But anyway, that's just we need to get started. It's 5 after 7.
Yeah, I've just been trying to stall.
Let's get started. Where's Fike? Hashtag Where's Fike?
Yeah.
All night.
So instead of rolling the die tonight, I'm just gonna catch everyone up. So you guys descended after dealing with the Centaur tribe in the Parchwood, and hearing all about the what was this curse that was put upon them, and promising to destroy this crown. You descended down into the hole that led into what you now know is the Underdark. You came out into a chamber that was full of more of those egg sacs that you had found previously in the forest, except they were much bigger, and were ambushed. Nox and Seau were ambushed by a couple of ettercaps with their web garrots as they tried to choke them out. The rest of the party was able to descend down the shaft, including Cortanus making a harrowing drop from the top.
Leap of faith.
Leap of faith.
On Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. And the party being introduced to Dane as he kicked into the door and into the game by assisting them in defeating these ettercaps. After defeating the ettercaps, you explored the rest of this temple that you appeared to be in, destroyed the rest of the egg sacs you were able to find, kind of talked to Dane a bit about what he was doing down here, at least a little bit anyway. And finally, I believe, right as we were ending session, found you guys were at the front entrance, or exit in this case, to the temple, getting ready to step outside.
No, we stepped outside.
Yes, as you stepped outside, you guys found yourselves on a small stone platform, trapezoid in shape. As it gets narrower the further away from the doors. Only probably like 10 or 15 feet across. And it connects to what looks like a small rope bridge with wooden with stone slatted planks that disappears into the darkness. You look over the edge. You can hear the ever so subtle rustle of water kind of like coming in contact with stone. As you look around, you can't really see anything. Even those with dark vision, you just see darkness off the edge of the thing here. But as you look over the side, it appears that you are on some sort of raised platform that is just big enough to hold this temple inside of a much larger cavern, almost as if this temple was kind of like carved out of the top of this spire of stone that's stuck up out of what appears to be some sort of underwater or underground lake cavern that you've entered into. And there's a bridge in front of you that disappears into darkness.
With my invocation, is it still the same kind of darkness?
What is your what invocation?
Devil's Sight. I get to see 120 feet of, even if it's magical darkness.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yep.
Yeah. Let me read it for you. I can see normally in darkness, both magical and non-magical, of a distance of 120 feet.
Okay, that is a horse of a different color.
You see all.
How different of a color?
So as you turn and kind of look over the side, for you, you actually are able to see the water at the bottom. It's probably at least another 100 feet down. It's like right at the edge of your vision to the water below. However, even with your expanded dark vision, you are unable. You see the bridge. You see more of the bridge, and it appears to be clear. But you do not see the other side of the bridge.
We only walked for a couple minutes, right? We just basically went outside this temple structure.
Yes.
Yeah, we just went down.
Okay.
You went straight down a little more than 100 feet down that shaft. Came into into that temple structure that you're currently in, or you were currently just in.
Yep.
As you come outside and kind of like lean around, kind of looking around and down, it appears that this temple was carved out of the top of this column of stone in the middle of this underground lake. And yeah.
Gesturing to the bridge, Cortanus might look over to Dane. Is this the path thou tookest, Mr. Dane?
My God, you can talk! Okay. I thought you were like some mute, one-eyed, assassinate type, but I'm sorry, what did you ask? I was blown away for a second.
I mean, she does have the skills for it.
Kill you she will if you cross her.
I was simply inquiring as to whether this was the path that thou tookest to get to this place. Is the path
it's down
safe?
here. It's past this bridge. About an hour's trek after that. But that was me going at it alone with a dog at my side. Otherwise, it might take longer with a group. Also, why are you speaking in early modern common?
She just does that.
Oh, okay.
'Tis complicated.
She likes the theater.
Noxus, how long does your temporary hit points last? Does it say?
It was armor of Agathis. So
Oh, how long does the spell last then?
that's what I'm looking up right now.
Armor of Agathis is mage armor, so it lasts 8 hours.
8 hours?
No, it lasts an hour. It's not mage
It's an
armor.
hour? So yes, you would still have it. I'd say you probably have like 45 minutes of it still.
Okay. Because I was going to delete it, but I wanted to ask before I did.
Nope, you got about another 45 minutes worth of it.
Perfect.
Anyway, continue.
Shall we continue on?
Of course, my lord.
Yeah, this bridge is kind of rickety, so you're gonna want to. Yes. So, it would probably best that we go one at a time.
Lead the way, Master Dwarf.
Yeah, Dane, you know that the bridge is approximately like 150 feet across.
Yeah.
However, those of you who do not have dark vision out here, you are effectively blind.
Point of order, I still have Fike's hooded lantern.
Okay, so you guys have a light source then.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I like the sword too.
All right, so you guys do have a bit of a light source then.
Probably not
I
reaching
believe it.
150 feet,
Goggles. Even though it's like
Yeah.
it's a monocle at this point, just like half down.
Will you have goggles of night, Cortanus?
Mm-hmm.
Aha.
Well, I mean, she could actually turn it into monocles and just give one to one other person.
Just break them apart.
She rolls well on a tinker check. Yeah, that's for sure.
I doubt that's gonna work.
It is not my strong suit, no.
All right, so you guys are going one at a time across the bridge.
Yeah.
I mean, it's wide enough that you could potentially go two abreast. Maybe it'd be three would be pushing it. Three across would be pushing it.
Yeah.
And
If Dane said that
tight,
it's rickety and it's best to go across one at a time, Kadas would agree with that.
Yeah.
Do not want to push it.
Dane, you and your dog, which your dog's name is?
I don't know.
Okay. You and your dog came
meat.
across at the same time. So it was at least strong enough. It was at least strong enough to handle you and your dog at the same time.
Which is a Saint Bernard.
Right. Yes.
They are big.
So
Probably the same way.
So me and the dog go first. And then I say, okay. Hold on, I'm doing math right now, so it's 150 feet across, right?
Yeah.
All right. I can do yes, the dire chihuahua. I can do 25 feet in 6 seconds, so 25, 50, 25, 50, 75, 100. If you don't just give me 30 seconds and then send 2 more.
Very well.
All right.
Alrighty. So
The
Dane
dog and I cautiously but quickly go across the bridge.
All right. Are you trying to be stealthy or quiet? I mean, it's kind of you don't really have anywhere to visibly hide on the bridge, but are you trying to?
Yeah. Let's audibly stealth.
Okay. Make a stealth check. 18. Yeah. So you set out and you step out onto the bridge, and it does creak a little bit, but not too much. As you begin to traverse across, you guys can kind of see the dust. You guys can kind of see the dust. Hey, Fike.
Hey!
Holy moly! He made it.
Hey!
My buddy!
You guys can kind of see some of the dust fall as he goes across it, like fall beneath it. And you can kind of hear it just gently making contact with the water after a while as it falls because it's so quiet in this cavern. Everything kind of echoes a bit. You get about halfway across Dane. Only you can see him really at this point, Noxus. Dane, what's everybody's passive perception?
13.
I think mine's a 17.
A 17?
15.
16.
14, but
Mine's at a
disadvantage,
16.
so.
14.
Mine is 13.
Mine's 15.
Alright. Dane, make a perception check for me.
Oh boy!
We're all gonna die.
No, just Dane.
This is fun.
This is my character's second week, so another 18.
18. All right. So you finish. You get across to the other side with your dog. You get across the other side with your dog. No problem. You turn around and look into the darkness, waiting, ready and waiting. You guys on the other side watch Dane disappear. Some of you, all of you, are no longer able to see him at different points. But even you, Noxus, at a certain point lose sight of him, and as he disappears into the darkness. As Fike, you finish counting to 30 in your head. So who are going to be the next two to go across? Dane, are you just waiting on the other side?
Yeah, and I'm keeping an eye out for everything.
Okay.
Keeping my crossbow out just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Can I judge if Dane is out of earshot, since you mentioned it's a very quiet chamber?
You can't see him, so...
Right.
Okay. In a quiet voice, like once I think Dane is far enough that he doesn't hear us, I'm gonna talk to the group. A most curious character, excuse me, a most curious character this Master Dwarf is. Wondering, he's looking around caverns by himself. How much trust do we hold in his guidance?
None.
Seconded.
Yeah, I don't know.
Looking at the bridge and everybody else, I'm like, noted.
Well,
Doth we have much of a choice at this point, my lord?
Agreed.
Well, here's the thing. If anything happens, I can save one of you. So, just I can see pretty far. I don't know how far, but I can see pretty far. And if anything happens, obviously scream. But I can fly down and grab you if you fall.
Willing to go next to you are?
I was actually going to see if I could go last, just to make sure that if anybody falls, that I can.
I would be willing, perhaps with a rope if we needed. If there was long enough, I could hold it at the other end, just in case.
Yeah, I think we still have some rope.
Oh, by the way, guys, I'm found this really cool new mechanic that I like for things like explorers kits and stuff like that. So since you guys have been adventuring for a while at this point, anytime you want to use something from your explorers kit, like a torch or a rope or rations or stuff like that, I'm going to have you roll a d6. If you roll a 1, it means that you've depleted your pack, whatever pack you started with. And you could easily go buy another one at the next general store, but just I think it's an easier way of doing it instead of like keeping track of I have exactly 7 torches left or whatever. Like it's just an easier way of.
A lot of it we did accumulate because we went out and bought singular ones as well.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, but that means I could basically have a single torch in my bag if I use one and I.
Well, you've been handing them out pretty liberally as of late.
I've been handing out 3 because I got 7 left.
Yeah.
Makes note of it.
Yeah.
But I know you guys have used at least 3 lengths of 50-foot rope that you don't have still.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, I have a silk rope that I got with my background that I haven't used yet.
Yeah, as a sailor, he's got the fancy silk rope, which is actually doesn't weigh as much as the hempen rope.
I don't think I've used my rope yet.
Hempen rope is freaking heavy.
So we have at least 50 feet worth of rope.
Sounds like you have at least 100 feet.
At least 100 feet.
And a whip.
And a whip.
I know not how much I would need, but...
Well, I don't think we're going to need much. I think as long as both of you are tied together, the other will hold the other. And if anything happens, I'll fly and grab one of you.
So 30 seconds has passed.
Who's next?
Who are the next two? He said send 2. So whether you guys are following his directions or not is up to you. But
All right, guys, let's turn around.
No.
Might look to
yeah,
Shango. Shouldst I lead thee, my lord? She points to the goggle.
Onwards.
Or doth thou need-
Django, you can't even see your. Oh no, you can because you've got
lantern, right?
you've got the lantern and the Seau's
mayst
sword
need
going.
thy hands.
Onwards we go.
These
Very
hands.
well.
All right, so Shango and Cortanis are going.
Mhm.
Right.
Alrighty. So are you guys even bothering to be stealthy or?
I'm trying to be more careful than stealthy.
Okay. You guys make your way out onto the bridge. It seems sturdy enough. You kind of like test it a little bit, Cortanis, as you go first. And apparently Dane is a cautious sort because it seems fairly sturdy. It's definitely old, but it's stood the test of time. There's no missing like slats for the foot things. But as you kind of come out, it doesn't sway much even. And as you guys get about halfway across, taking your time since you have limited light source with the hooded lantern, you guys can make perception checks as you get about halfway across. Both of you with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Dane or Shango because of the limited light, and Cortanis because you got one eye.
Yep. Ouch.
That's
Ow.
one.
First mate.
Yeah.
Saw that coming.
So
Not really. I didn't see that one coming at all.
was the next group's plan to count to 30 again and then send 2 more?
Seemed to work the first time.
I think so. I think I should go last. 'Cause I think I'm the heaviest out of all of us.
Yeah, that was my issue. I'm like, 2 of us, our weight might be a big.
I think I should go by myself, being pretty heavy. So it's up to you guys.
I'll go. It's all right.
I guess I'll go behind him.
Yeah, just give me like
A little space in between.
give me like 40 feet. I'll be all right.
Just say bubbles if you fall.
Bubbles.
Yeah, it'll be fuck bubbles.
Oh fuck, wait, bubbles, oh fuck.
How deep is the canyon?
How deep is it? Noxus said it's a little more than 100 feet
Oh.
down.
All right, I'm gonna
It's true. It's very true.
Dane, you get inspiration.
Thank you, because of math.
Yes,
But we also have 2 less legs.
that's true.
Go for drive.
So, who's going to be the next 2? Is it going to be Seau and Fike?
Yeah, Fike's in front.
Fike's in front.
Yep.
All right.
When I'm able to see Cortanis and Shango coming up, once they're within eyesight, you can see that the dog is sniffing in the air, and I turn, still holding my crossbow out, and then we do the thing that we planned.
Which is
the thing that you planned?
I'm kidding.
Yeah, I was gonna say seeing the crossbow out, just
like what
quickly hands on
yeah, okay, sorry. I'm sorry, I messed that up for you, buddy.
What a fucking betrayal!
Betrayal.
Anyway, actually, Dane, at a certain point, you do see Cortanis and Shango as they just come into your dark vision as they're coming across.
You probably get a light from the lantern right in the face at some point.
Yeah. Fike and Seao, if you guys can make perception checks for me. Seao with disadvantage.
Such
because you're a human and it's dark in here.
Such a perceptive group we are.
Hey!
All right. So you guys get about a third, a little more than a third of the way across, Seao and Fike. And Dane, it's at this point, well, you only see, Shango and Cortanis. They're not all the way across yet.
Not across yet, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And Dane, it's actually the dog that kind of starts like whining a little bit and poking you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you all begin to hear these sounds, these and you hear what sounds like pebbles being dropped and somebody letting go of stone, and you hear the rushing of wind, and then as an impact happens on the bridge and it begins to shake as something lands, something dislodged from the bridge and landed on it. I need Fike, Seao, Shango, and Cortanis to make dexterity saving throws.
Gonna try to hold onto the bridge, like one hand back at Shango, mostly one hand on the bridge. Come on. Oh, that's the wrong thing.
How far away are we still? So Fike and Seao started early?
I'm sorry? Fike and Seao are only about a third of the way across the bridge.
Yeah, but I'm saying they started early.
Yeah, we waited 30 seconds.
They did start. They they started a little bit early, yeah. Okay. They went after 25 seconds.
How far away are Cortanis and I from the edge?
From Dane?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to see in a second. So it will be revealed to you actually in a second.
No, grab. Oh boy. We're technically backwards.
We're still looking at the same map as last time, right?
I know you are.
Yeah.
No, I'm just making sure because I wasn't sure.
Alrighty. Shango, the impacts on the bridge make it almost like a wave, and as it comes towards you, and you get thrown up, and you try to hold on to the rope bridge, but your grip just isn't strong enough, and you get flung up into the air and over the side. And as you start coming down, I need you to make a either athletics or acrobatics check.
I try to reach for him.
Do you have enough time to cast a spell?
Depends on if it's a reaction spell or not.
No, it would be a bonus action at least.
What spell?
Or actually, 1 second. Well, it would also include a bonus. So what I'm trying to do is I cast a spell to invoke Tempestive Magic to give me a 10-foot flying speed. I could cast like Shield, which would be a reaction, but then the 10-foot flying speed would be a bonus action. I
don't think so. I think it'd have to be a reaction. If it was like Featherfall or something, then yes. However, you can make a. It would have to be a reaction. Yeah. You can make an athletics or acrobatics check, your choice.
I already did acrobatics 5.
Acrobatics 5. All right, so you reach out to grab for the bridge as you kind of come fall because you got flung up, and as you're coming back down, you reach out to grab for the bridge, but you are unable to. Cortanis, you can make a quick
please
attempt. For you, it's going to have to be athletics.
Oh, athletics? Shit.
Yes.
Okay, I'm still decent in that. Fuck.
11, which is what you needed.
Okay.
You needed 10. So you're able to grab Shango's arm as you're kind of like hanging over the side and you're holding onto him. Yeah. But now I need as you guys kind of get your senses about you. You can just see this on the edge of your vision, Dane. You can see all of this happen, Noxus, as none of your immediate party has left your vision yet. As these large, hulking, chitinous-shelled creatures are now on the bridge with these large pincers attached to their head, enormous claws as they hunch over with these big, crazy bug eyes. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Woo! Oh boy, there are 2 of them.
The rolls are amazing.
Oh my god. This is not my night.
We're still damaged from the last fight, correct?
Yep.
You have not taken any rests since the last fight.
Checking.
It's been like half an hour.
Welcome to the Underdark.
Yeah.
I thought people were taking a short rest while you guys were at that tomb, like looking over the tomb stuff. But I guess not.
I am so glad I kept my temporary hit points.
Oh, right. Did we? I don't think we spent long enough to go through the tombs to rest.
No.
You did not take a short rest.
Why do I have an aura around me?
Yeah.
Why do you have an aura around you?
Yeah.
That's your range of your dark vision. Yes.
Okay.
No, that's me.
You each have an aura around you if you have a range for your dark vision.
Okay.
That only you can see.
I like
Oh boy.
Those of you who do not have an aura, you can basically only see, because you have your lantern and you have the sword, you can basically, I believe it's 20 feet of light and an additional 20 feet of dim light.
Oh, I gotta get rid of that.
So, just know that. Alright, initiative.
Dun, 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 dun. Sorry, just trying to bring the mood up.
Duel of the
Cross
Fates.
that bridge when
On the bridge.
it comes to it.
Man, Cortana's be slow. We only got like 45, 50 feet.
No, they didn't start at 25 seconds. They Dane had mentioned that they
Regardless,
could make it.
You lost.
At least it's near me.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, all right. So they land. Everybody's able to kind of like get their wits about them. Shango's dangling over the side, being held by Cortanus.
Should
they make him like over here?
Side, or?
Yeah. There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
Sayao, you act first.
Okay. I guess. Like I can see this dude because of the sword, or like.
Yeah, you can see him clear as day. He's right next to you, and you got your sword going.
Okay, I'll shout out to Fark. I'm like, shit, something's behind us. You might want to move a little faster, man. And I'll try to pull. I forgot the battle axe out, and I'll try for 2 swipes, and then I'll probably do a second one with the bonus action.
All right. Are you going to avert your gaze? Are you not going to look at the creature? Actually, you wouldn't know not to look at the creature, so I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Oh, fuck.
I forgot about these.
You're not
Oh,
cool, Bill,
fucking
that's
hell.
why I wasn't looking forward to this.
I need you to roll a D8, Sayao.
This is how I die.
So as you pull out your battle axe and you stare at the Umber Hulk and start to move towards it to make your attacks, I mean, you don't know that it's what it's called as an Umber Hulk, but you move towards it to make your attacks. You kind of it catches your eye with those big bug eyes, and this weird thing. You just kind of like stop, and kind of your hands fall to your side, and you just kind of like stare off into space, and that ends your turn.
Shit.
Fike. Are you averting your gaze after you just watched this happen?
No, I watched this happen.
All right, make a charisma saving throw. $19. You're good. Take your turn.
Great. I'm gonna leave his ass.
Malia.
Giant fucking cockroach in front of me. Fuck this. I am going to fucking use. I'm going to use my movement to. Is it still 5 feet for every block? Like
Yep.
I'm going to run to here.
Okay.
I'm going to use my action to click the dagger of venom.
Okay.
And I'm going to, as I'm, oh, I can't do that. I'm just going to get next to Cortanus. I'm going to slide.
I would say because you're a rogue and you have your cunning action, which allows you to use object, you could activate the dagger of venom with a bonus action.
Oh, okay.
Because you're a rogue.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's more like a thief thing. I'm just trying to play it to the rules.
Wait,
So
that's
it's
not just a thief thing.
Yeah,
Cunning action?
Yeah, use an object is.
Oh, the cutting action part. Yeah, they use an object part as thief.
Oh, all right. Never mind.
Yeah, it's specifically yeah.
Yeah, otherwise it's hide,
to...
disengage, or dash.
Yeah.
Dash,
disengage. That's why I can't.
What a guy, Father Fike. He's an honest man.
Honesty and humble. I'm gonna just slide underneath the thing's feet and be next to Cortanus. And I'm going to yell, "Bubbles!"
All right. That ends your turn, Fike.
That's my turn.
Dane. The Saint Bernard locks eyes with you, and then just turns and bolts into the darkness.
Oh no!
No, that's what he's trained to do.
He's the worst boy.
He's the best boy. Okay, one question.
Yes.
This counts as a monstrosity, yes?
It does, and you would know that.
Okay, because that's one of my favorite enemies.
Okay.
Do I know? Before I do this, though, do I know anything about the Umber Hulk? Just freely.
Are you using some ability or something?
No, I'm asking this before I use an ability.
Before you use an ability?
Yes.
What are you doing?
I was going to do this. Hold on. But is there any information I can recall before I do that?
Well, seeing as how you have an ability that allows you to do that, we could just do that.
But it costs him an action. That's what
I know it costs an action.
It costs me an action. I'm seeing whether or not I know anything before that.
Make an intelligence check.
Okay. I would get advantage with this because it's a favored enemy.
I believe it's actually you get to add your proficiency or double your proficiency or something like that.
I'm looking at the skill right now. Yeah, you have advantage on survival checks to track your favorite enemies, as well as on intelligence checks to recall information about them.
Okay, there you go. So yeah, advantage then, not proficiency. So just make an intelligence check with advantage.
7.
7, you know what they are.
Yes.
And you know that there's a thing. You know that that they're common in the Underdark. And you know that there's a thing about them where you're not supposed to look at them, but that's as much as you can remember just from your check, because that was not a very good roll.
Okay, then as an action, I'm going to learn if it has any immunities, resistances, vulnerabilities, and what they are.
And what they are.
Yes.
They are Umber Hulks. They are large monstrosities. They do not have any resistances or immunities. They also do not have any vulnerabilities. Is there anything else?
Okay. No.
All right.
But hey, that's good. And then bonus action, Slayer's Prey.
Alrighty.
Nice.
So we will put this little marker on him. So he is you designate this creature as the target of your Slayer's Prey. So there you go. That ends your turn.
Right. Yeah, because I'm not moving.
Cortanis, you are currently dangling over the side
Holding
of
on
the
to
bridge,
Shango.
holding on to Shango.
Hold on, my lord, and she's going to try to pull him up and behind her.
Make a strength check.
Okay.
Let
Is
go.
that
I
athletics
did not plan to.
or
No, this is just straight strength.
pure strength? Shit.
Yep.
Not my forte, but let's give it a shot. Come on. Big bucks, no whammies. Yeah!
Yeah. So you just summon every ounce of strength that you have in you, and you yank him up over the side and stand him upright on the bridge.
Go!
Right behind you.
Yeah. And just tell him to go, and she pulls out her blades and like.
I will. That would be your action.
Okay.
Obviously.
Then
Yeah. You have your movement and a bonus action.
Do I have any? I don't think I have. I don't have any bonus actions that work in this case, so it's mostly just. But stowing weapons are like a free action, right? Or like stowing and drawing weapons.
Yeah.
Okay, then just draws both blades and turns towards this thing.
All right. Are you averting your gaze?
She doesn't know about this.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'd say at the beginning of your turn, you were leaning over the side. You wouldn't have been looking at that. So essentially,
she
this is
didn't know.
you're ending your turn.
Like,
I'd
basically
say-
setting him down, like turning towards it, but not.
Yeah. So I still need you to make a charisma save.
Okay, this is gonna be great.
Roll a d8.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Oh wow. Well, I know what feat I'm taking.
Seven.
Oh no. Oh no, I think I know what this is.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh.
I need you to make a weapon attack against Shango.
Fuck!
She doesn't
How does
have
that
an
happen
extra
when I turn back towards this thing?
How does she do that without an action left?
It's an ability of the creature.
Shit. Oh no.
What's your AC, Shango?
Fuck.
Shield 16.
Shield's a 16. So Cortanis swings nature's boon at you, and you throw your shield up, whooshing, and it deflects the blow.
Yeah, so there's like a hand motion, and then like a whirlwind basically comes up in front of me that blows the shield to the side, the sword to the side.
Do I realize what happened after that?
Yeah, after it happens, you kind of come back to your senses and realize what just happened. Same as you, Sayao. Once you just kind of like lost your turn, you kind of like snapped back into it.
Kind of looks horrified seeing the wind thing. Oh, not again.
That ends your turn, Cortanis. That brings us to the Umber Hulks. This Umber Hulk right here is going to go after you, Cortanis.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to unload all 3 of his attacks against you. First, his 2 claw attacks. That is a 14.
Nope.
And a 21 to hit. From that, you suffer 11 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And then he's going to come. It's going to try and crush down on you with its mandibles as well.
Okay.
That is also a 21 to hit.
Okay.
From that, you suffer 13 points of slashing damage as its mandibles come down on you, and as it pulls away, it rakes it across your back and chest area as it.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. The other one is going to go after you there, Sao. First claw is a 17 to hit.
Misses.
Second claw is also a miss. And the pincer, that is a 16 to hit.
Miss.
Alright, so it just whiff, and then a third big whiff with the mandibles as you're just dodging, ducking. The bridge seems to be sturdy enough and holding well enough so far.
Don't die.
Noxus.
Wait, could I actually be dodging?
Yeah, you got your senses back after you.
Oh, okay.
Alright, Noxus, you're up.
I am just double checking something real quick because I just thought of it.
So am I.
Oh dear.
No.
That's
It's not good for you to think. It's not good for you to think.
Okay.
Okay, I don't get 3 until 11. Okay. I was looking up how many times I Eldritch Blast. I thought I might have gotten an extra beam.
Blast.
Yeah, not yet.
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
I'm gonna save those. So yeah, I'm gonna Eldritch Blast this guy right here.
Okay.
It's really what I think is best at the moment.
All right, so make your attacks. So you fire your first Eldritch Blast and it just goes wide and disappears into the darkness. The second one hits it in the center of its armored chitinous back and just deflects off of it.
Let's see. I will summon the sword.
Okay.
And there's really not anywhere I can go. Okay, I will shout out as loud as I can. Everybody off the bridge! And that'll be my.
All right. That ends your turn, Shango.
Yay!
Mr. Natural One on his initiative.
Yeah, I know, right? But it actually kind of worked out. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll start by using my bonus action. I'm gonna cast a spell in a second, so I'm using my bonus action to get the 10-foot fly speed.
Okay.
Over here.
Okay.
As the bonus action, and then as my action, I will summon up my tornadoes, split them up to do a twin spell haste on Cortanas and Fike.
Okay. So Cortanas and Fike, you guys speed up as the world kind of slows down around you. You are both hasted. You got +2 to your AC, advantage on dex saves, double movement, and an extra action.
Thanks, my lord.
It's me 3 points, I believe. What does it say?
It's
Yeah,
a
3 points.
third
Yeah.
level spell.
So 3 points, and then I'm just gonna pop.
Is it
Oh,
3 or
mustard.
4? Because it's 1 to twin a cantrip, right?
It's 1 to twin a cantrip.
So isn't it 2 for first level?
A number of sorcery equal to the spell's level.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought
so
it was
it's 1
that
for
much.
cantrip and 1 for first level, and then
Okay.
2,
Yep.
3 up. Yep.
Cool.
And then I just waddle off and position myself next to the master dwarf.
All right. Dane, as Shango comes and takes position next to you, Sayao, back to the top. Are you averting your gaze this time?
Yo, I was thinking about turning and running.
It's up to you.
Well, I mean, Nox just said to do it, so.
Are you averting your gaze first? That's the first thing that happens before anything else. Are you averting your gaze? Are you looking at the Umber Hulk or are you looking away?
I'm pretty much trying to see what's behind me and I'm taking off. Because
All right,
that's all I heard.
All right, so you don't look. You turn and you can move your speed. The Umber Hulk is going to get an attack of opportunity against you.
Yeah.
That's probably going to hit with a 23.
Yeah.
As it rakes its claw across your back, you suffer 9 points of slashing damage.
9.
9. All right, so that's your move.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much it.
Does that end your turn?
Yeah, because I can't attack. He's too far away.
All right, Fike, you are hasted.
But with the sword being in front of me, could I actually see that other one's up?
Can you see that one? Yeah, because of your sword, you can see that one.
Okay.
You can see both of them, I think. Yeah, you can see both of them. Does that end your turn?
Yeah.
All right. Fike.
All right.
Hasted Fike.
Just because everybody enjoyed it last time. All right. Let's do this thing.
But it's
Fike's back,
A little bit
baby.
of snuff powder. Never hurt nobody. All right. I am going to stab at thee with the dagger of venom.
That's definitely a hit.
All right. I don't think I.
So it has to make a.
Do you have sneak?
It fails its save. Plus its sneak attack damage.
Okay. So 2d10. Oh God.
Nice.
Nice.
Woohoo!
Plus
Yeah.
Plus sneak attack.
Kill it. Kill it with poison.
So how much is that?
16. That's 20 for the sneak attack and the poison, and 29.
29 points of damage. Oof. All right, so you stab into it with the venom dagger into like a soft spot between two of the chitinous plates on it, and you watch as it like reacts to it, and you see like the wound get like black and dark from the venom, the poison of the dagger. As you pull it out, and a huge gout of some sort of viscera spills out of the wound, and you hear it splash into the water below.
All right.
That's your first attack.
I'm gonna stab it a few more times. Bonus action, symbol of Sarenrae, and then again with the dagger.
All right, make your
Bam!
Yeah.
both hit. Are you out of spell slots?
I have 3. We are in the Underdark. I am not
Smite
using
them.
them.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's another 17 points of damage. Dang.
Nice.
My calculator out.
How does your poison work again? Is it only once a turn, or is it?
It's just once.
Yeah, it's only once.
But
I would have to take off the DC saving throw for every time that I use it and don't use it. It's easier just to.
No, I was just curious if it's once a turn or like once a day or.
Once a day, essentially.
Yeah, I get one stabby stab with it.
Yeah.
Then you need to reapply
That's 16. That 16 was it.
Yep.
Gotcha.
That and so
I'm
so
gonna-
that.
I'm
Oh,
just
you
gonna
get your
go for
movement if you want.
The other side of it.
Oh, you just jumping to the other side of it.
Yeah.
All right.
Just so I'm in the middle of the bridge.
Okay.
That's in my turn.
That ends you, Dane. I think you're muted.
I am. Okay.
You're not muted anymore.
I'm going to shout out, "Don't look in the eyes!" And then shoot the one that shoot this one with the crossbow. That's an 18 to hit.
18 just barely hits.
Okay.
So 11 points of damage.
Yes. And Shingo, you can see that the crossbow after I shoot the bolt, it starts smoking out. Smoke starts pouring out of the slot where the bolt came out of.
Broken your crossbow appears to be.
And then for my second attack, I reload, since I'm not a crossbow expert. That was a bad move on my part. And then bonus action.
8th level, you can take it. You can take it.
Yeah.
You're almost there.
That's my plan.
So close.
Yeah, that's all I'm going to be doing with that.
All right, that ends your turn, Cortanus. You are hasted.
Yep. And she's keeping her eyes down a little bit more at this thing's legs.
Are you averting your gaze?
Yeah, averting her gaze by looking down at this thing's legs.
Okay.
So here's her plan. She wants to kind of duck down low, use her first two attacks to try and cut into this thing's one leg closer to her side of the bridge, get it top heavy to tilt that way, then since she's a dex-based fighter, use her momentum to stand up, spin around, and try to slam for the second two attacks to knock it off the bridge on her side.
Okay. All right.
Thanks,
All right, make your first two attacks. Because you're averting your gaze, they're at disadvantage.
Okay.
For the first part of this maneuver, we'll see. I'm gonna get. You can certainly try. There'll be a little process here.
That's one.
So 11 misses. 22 hits, however, for 10 points of damage. All right. So because one of them hit, I will allow you to use your second two attacks as push. Technically, you only need to save one attack as a push attack.
Mm-hmm.
Because you only need to push it 5 feet to push it off the bridge.
Yeah.
Or to try to push it off the bridge.
Yeah, it's mostly using the momentum of spinning with both blades to slam into it and knock it off the side.
Yeah. Why don't you make your third attack with disadvantage?
Okay. 17?
17 just misses. And then for your final attack, you're going to have to make it's a contested check.
Okay.
You have to make it's an athletics contest.
Okay. Is that
so make
disadvantage still or?
No, this isn't at disadvantage. So just a straight athletics check for you.
Okay. Of course it'd be too happy now. Oh, damn you, disadvantage, damn you.
So you go to shove it. So you leave one big gash in it, and you go to shove it, but it's just too big. It's more than twice your size, and it's just too heavy, unfortunately. But anything else, Cortanus?
That is all I have at the moment.
All right.
Besides being
that ends
under her breath and glaring at the
your
ground.
turn. That brings us to the Umber Hulks. This one is going to unload on you again because you just tried to push it off the...
Yep. Yeah, right? Tried. I tried and therefore no one can criticize me.
Miss.
Exactly.
Is 24 to hit?
Yes.
And a 16 on the last one? I don't
Nope.
think hits. Alright, so you take from one of the claws you take a whopping 6 points of slashing damage as one of the claws kind of gets beneath one of the spot on your leather armor, and you feel that area start to get warm as the blood goes out of the wound from its sharp claws. However, it's unable to get its pincers around you again. You were ready for that this time, as it sucked last time.
Yeah.
And that is going to end its turn. This one, what is... It is going to move right there. And it is going to unload on... Sayao as you're running away. 24 to hit on the first claw. 24 doesn't hit.
No, I said
15 on the second claw, and 18 on the pincers.
First and last hit.
All right, so the claw does 6 points of damage as he rakes it across your back as he comes running up behind you, and then he gets its pincers down on you from behind, and you suffer 14 points of slashing damage as he clamps those down on you and drags them across you. Rebuke the violence?
Yes, please.
Does it have to make a saving throw, or it just happens, right?
Yeah, it has to make a saving throw.
What kind of save?
1 second.
Like wisdom or charisma, right?
Regardless, it's probably not going to do well. Because it rolled a 5, so it fails. Whatever, it rolled a 5, it fails. It takes
that in radiant damage.
It takes all of that in radiant damage. How much did I say it was?
That's
Shit.
14.
It was 6.
14
6
and 20.
It was
20.
20 total.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, just the last attack. It's not the. It's
No,
not
it's
the
14.
initial attack.
So it's 14 then. All right.
I gotta be so honest. This game, yay!
Take inspiration.
Whoa!
All right, so this flaming symbol of Saren Ray appears on its chest as it burns the Umber Hulk, and it takes the damage. And that ends its turn, bringing us to Noxus.
I'm not muted, right? No, I'm not. Well, since I can shoot within the range I can see, I'm just going to shoot it again because I can see that all my friends are still on there after not listening.
Why is no one listening to me?
To be fair, I listen, but he follows.
He tried.
True.
So I will do the same thing and shoot at it.
Eldritch Blast. The 25 hits, the 17 just barely misses.
Okay.
So 5 points of force damage. So one of the Eldritch Blast hits as it reacts to it, and it kind of turns and looks at you at your action.
And as my bonus action, I'll say to just tell everybody again to get off the bridge as fast as they can.
All right. That ends your turn, Shango. You currently can't see any of the action.
I was just gonna. Yeah, you said it's 20 plus 20, right?
Yeah, so it's like you can barely see shapes moving in the darkness.
Yeah. So I'm like, I think they're there. And there was a crossbow bolt. I'm just gonna step to the side in case someone comes running.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hold a ray of frost if something comes within my vision. Something
comes in your visual range.
Yeah, an enemy comes in my visual range.
All right. That ends your turn, Shango. Sayao.
Bonus action, second win.
Okay. I feel like you never second wind. This is one of the
I actually
Rarely,
don't.
yeah.
No, not
13.
that much.
Yeah, I was gonna say you hardly. I think this might be the first second wind you've ever done.
I think it might be the second. I think he's done it at least once.
I think
he might have done it in the Turst battle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
The war with the...
We all need that shit.
Even though it's probably a bad idea, I'm going to take the attack of opportunity.
Yeah, this one looks pretty rough.
And run to this one.
Okay.
Try to take that one out and keep going.
That's miss on the attack of opportunity.
Nice.
Make your attacks on the other Umber Hulk. First attack.
Yeah.
20, that hits. 17 misses. Unfortunately, just barely misses. Its AC is 18, as you figured out, I'm sure. So that's 10 points of damage from the first strike. So you carve into it with your flaming sword, whooshing, and it cries out in pain. But unfortunately, it's still up. Did you avert your gaze, by the way?
To the one in front of me?
Yeah, if you're within 30 feet. If you start your turn within 30 feet.
Yes.
So you averted your gaze, so that attack, both of those attacks would have been with disadvantage. So technically that first one missed, so roll another attack with disadvantage.
I believe in you.
Was that the firebrand or the battle?
That was they're both going to be the firebrand.
Okay, so battle axe, right?
No, they're both going to be the firebrand. Because your offhand attack is your bonus action, but you used your bonus action to second wind, so they're both your firebrand sword.
That's right.
24 hits, so roll damage for that one actually.
Nice.
Damn.
So that's 11 points of damage, not so. All right.
11.
What more damage?
So you run up to that one. It's still up, unfortunately. But that ends your turn.
Go down, you son of a bitch.
Fike, you're up. Are you averting your gaze?
No, I'm good.
All right, make a charisma save.
I have to do it every time I start with it.
Yep.
Even though I passed?
Yep. Once you succeed, you are not immune to it. Roll a d8 for me.
Shit.
Didn't you succeed the first time?
Oh, no.
It doesn't matter. Every turn, you start your turn within 30 feet of it.
Yeah, it's not one of those where you gain immunity. Or
But if you save one time, you're saved for for an entire 24 hours, aren't you?
That's what I'm reading right now. It does not say that, no. Unless the creature can avert when it can avert its eyes again. If the creature looks at the Umber Hulk in the meantime, it must immediately make another save. Yeah, no.
Oh well.
Yeah.
I know what that one is.
There's a lot.
7. So I'm gonna roll to see.
You've seen that before.
Come on.
Wait, I gotta.
Yeah. There's a lot of other abilities that have that 24-hour immunity thing.
We all know too much about this game. Yeah.
I was thinking about that too, but I'm pretty sure that he would have.
Make an attack. You get to make one attack against the Umber Hulk.
Sweet.
It worked out in your favor.
Nice.
That hits.
Woo!
Roll damage with sneak attack. .21 points of damage. How do you want to do this?
Woo!
Wow, that does good.
I'm just like I'm guessing it's like just glazed look in the eye because of the ability, and I just go like, oh, that spot looks soft, and I just slowly just sink the blade into like his back rib cage.
Yeah,
and it just goes like just starts to pierce the heart, and I'm just like, all right, yeah, that's good, that seems deep enough, and then I just stop and pull back, and the thing just slunks to the ground.
Yeah, it just hits the corner, rolls, and kind of like falls over the side. and just disappears into the darkness.
That was highly effective.
And then you snap back into it. That
Fuck.
ends your turn, though. Dane, you're muted.
Sorry, the button didn't work. I'm going to hold my attack and stand right there, but I will, if anyone needs to run through me effectively, I will be standing to the side, just keeping the crossbow there in case of other Umber Hulk.
Okay.
And or if anyone crosses, I cut the bridge.
Okay. Alrighty. Cortanus.
All right. Well, seeing that thing go down, she's gonna across and get past Fike and them and yell for them to go. And then she's gonna go up to this one and take a look down, kick a couple swipes with its legs.
Sorry, Nox.
No. She has a plan here.
Sorry, Nox.
She has a plan here.
Make your attacks. Are you averting your gaze?
Yeah.
Make your attacks with disadvantage.
Yep.
14 misses. 15 misses.
Press again. Fucking hell.
14 misses. All 3 miss.
Okay. Nope.
Natural 1 also misses.
Yeah. But then she is gonna quickly step back away from this thing.
Okay. It will make an attack of opportunity.
Yep.
That is a 24 to hit.
Yep.
It's gonna pincer you.
Actually, warding maneuver. I'm gonna try this.
What does that do?
I'm gonna add a D8 to my AC.
Oh. Did it do it?
It's 24, right?
24.
Yep. But I still take it, but I take half damage.
Alright, so instead of 9, you take 4 points of piercing damage.
Okay. And then she's gonna tell Nox to start going also.
Are you doing what I think you're planning on doing, Noxus, as in cutting the bridge?
Yep.
Alright, I'm going to give you an idea here. You get the sense that it might take you a bit
Yeah.
to get through it. So
Okay.
if you know that they're getting off, you might want to start while they're still on, is all I'm saying.
Okay. I didn't
Because
the
ropes are fairly... Yeah, they're
I didn't know how thick they were.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
pretty thick. So,
Her goal is just to take these things oppies so everyone can keep going.
a dwarf with an indignant look on his face? I don't believe you.
And she's turning back around, pulling her, go!
Remember your haste, it's your double speed
Yeah.
right now.
Yep. But
Alright.
she wants to be in front of these two
front,
at least.
Okay.
Between
that
this thing
brings
and
us
these
to
two.
The Umber Hulk, which is going to charge up. It's going to move up to you, and it's going to unload on you, Cortanus.
Yep.
Wow, I've been rolling a ton of 14s. That's another 28
Yep.
to hit, then a miss, and then on the pincer is a 16, which I'm pretty sure misses.
Yep.
So one of the claws strikes you for 13 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
As it comes running back up. And as it looks like this big drip of like some sort of saliva connects between the two pincers as it pulls
yummy.
back away from you.
Delicious.
Noxus.
I'm gonna take 2 swipes at Le Bridge.
Which side? The left, the bottom, or the top?
The one I'm closest to.
Right here?
Yeah.
Alright, so make your attack rolls. They both 16 points of damage. So you swing once, boom! You watch as a bunch of the rope frays. You come around with a second one, shing, and it cuts right through it. And this side gives way. As you guys on the bridge feel it shudder, and I need you guys to make dexterity saves, including the Umber Hulk.
Fair.
Ouch.
Sao, dex save.
Shit.
All right, so the Umber Hulk rolled a natural 1. So
That's
the
good.
Umber Hulk tumbles over the side, and it's going to try and grab for the bridge to save itself.
Reaction.
And it reaches out and just whiffs, and it disappears. you guys. However, Cortanis and Sao, you both go over as well.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Oh.
I can't save them both.
You guys can make either acrobatics or athletics checks to try and reach out and grab for the bridge before you fall.
All right.
Doubted, but could I use that whip?
Sure,
Do it.
you could
What would that
absolutely
give
use
me?
the whip.
You need to jump this shit.
It'd be an attack with the whip.
He's just
Go
going to
for it.
pendulum himself around the rope.
It'd be an attack with the whip, so it'd be an attack roll with something you're proficient with. Would you use your dex? Is it a light or finesse? Like, what does
It's a
anybody know?
finesse weapon, I think.
So you can. That means you
It's a
can
finesse.
choose to use your dex. You don't have to. You can
Check.
use.
I don't think it is, actually.
You
I don't
can
know.
use your strength if
I
you
think
want.
it's overall special.
It's finesse
It's
reach.
finesse and reach.
It is finesse.
So finesse means you can
Thank you.
choose
I
to
had a
use
blade singer
dex
that used
instead
whips.
of. Yeah. So that's interesting. So
Yeah, that is interesting.
you can use your. So yeah, it's like it'd be like an attack with a non-enchanted weapon. So your strength and or dex, or your strength or dex plus your proficiency, or your athletics or your acrobatics.
You know, they're pretty much all the same.
So it's up to you what you want to do.
Damn it.
Yeah, saw that one
Uh-oh.
coming.
Just do it. Just do it.
You got this now, Sao.
Can I
I would
pull?
like to use my inspiration to give Cortanis an
Advantage? Yes, you
reroll.
can. Yes, you
Can I
can.
use a lifeline?
So Pike uses his inspiration to give Cortanis a
Go
reroll.
first. Oh man.
It's a lot better.
A lot
So
better.
you reach with your right hand, Cortanis, and whiff, but you whip around with your left hand, and you just barely grab a thing, and you're like swinging back and forth. Sao?
I want my ghost hand, my ghost mage hand to guide her like in Ghost, and I'm
Yeah.
persuading her hand onto the rope. Oh, my darling.
Well, I don't.
Perception is just off.
Sao, make
I
your
don't
check.
actually have the whip, so I guess I'll just do the strength.
Okay, so it's athletics or acrobatics?
You don't have the whip?
Yeah, well, I don't have it like put in
Equipped.
the
He doesn't have it equipped.
It's like a normal. Then you use a normal attack because it uses
Yeah,
either.
it
so
would just.
It would just
yeah,
be
but-
attack.
Yeah, you could just roll your firebrand, but it'd be -1 because it's
Yeah.
not a +1.
On a +1 whip. Someone driving?
And then someone you can close your car door window.
Knox,
25
so
is a
fast.
25 with the whip. You guys hear the crack of the whip. Those of you who can't see it, and you whip and swing underneath, and actually keep swinging all the way back up around and
Yes!
land back on your feet up on the bridge.
Beautiful.
That's your action, Noxus. Technically, we're all still on Noxus's turn.
Right? This went crazy.
So
got weird.
So a couple seconds later, you guys hear a large like splash from below as the Umber Hulk takes The Umber Hulk. I'm gonna roll this in front of everybody. Falls 110 feet.
Sweet.
And takes 32 points of damage.
Okay, bye.
But you guys are effectively out of combat. However,
hanging there.
Turn to your right, Nox. You can see the other side is starting to struggle from the strain of the weight, and it's starting to like fray and snap.
Run! Go! It's gonna break!
Cortanis, you're still hanging.
Yeah, I know. She's just telling them to go.
All right.
I go.
Especially with the extra weight on the bridge is not helping her situation here.
So what are you guys doing?
I will
out of combat.
I will cast fly and I will go and I will start helping.
You cast fly on yourself?
Yes.
All right, so you cast fly on yourself. You watch as this magical aura swirls around you, and this rainbow, shimmering, it almost looks like it's made out like the Rainbow Bridge from Thor. These chromatic wings made of magical energy sprout from your back. These chromatic dragon wings sprout from your back as you lift up off the ground. You have a fly speed of 60, so you can move yourself.
So what are we doing? Like trying to shimmy across?
Are you guys running and leaving Cortanis?
Go!
Picking Cortanis up.
Go!
Oh shit, you were down?
She's about to lock up, dude. She's about to lock up.
I got this. Go.
No,
All right, so you guys.
You're about to.
Sayao and Fike, if you guys both help Cortanis up, you don't even have to roll for it. If all three of you are working towards it, you pull her up, and you guys are running. Are going to make a dash for the other side.
Yeah.
I'd let all of you guys make dexterity checks.
All I notice is the bridge swinging, right? Because it's out of.
Yeah, you watch it
Just watch it swing. Be like,
You watched all that happen, Dane. You can. It's just on the edge of your vision. 20, 11, and.
It's just a regular check.
Just straight dex. Yep.
Okay.
24. Yeah, you guys, you finally see them coming in there in your vision. You guys are all able to get to the other side. Just as the bridge snaps, you come flying over Noxus. Just as the bridge snaps, and from the other side, and you hear it slap against the wall of the side that you are on.
Yukata's just gonna slide to a halt and just catch her breath and second wind.
Okay.
All right. As all of you get over and Noxus, you fly over. I point at you and did you cut the rope?
I cut one rope.
Past the danger has?
Yeah, there were still people on there, man. You wait until everyone's off the bridge. Oh, every time.
I was looking back at Nox because she couldn't see that far.
I'm pointing to the wings. I'm like, I got it, little man.
Right, but you put everyone else's lives at risk. There were still people on the bridge.
You told us to run.
Yeah, and they didn't listen. So
What has occurred?
Wait. Point of order. Sayao, are you upset at Nox right now?
No, I started running.
All right. Cortanis, are you upset at Nox right now?
No.
It's Dane.
Yes. No. I'm
saying this in character.
Yeah, I'm saying this as Fike. And I'm not upset at Nox right now. So no offense, stranger. You're not allowed to be offended on our behalf.
Would someone please enlighten me as to what is happening?
I cut the rope, Shango.
So no path of return we have?
Well, I can fly us over one by one, but that's about it.
I mean, technically, we could also try and repair the bridge on that side, too.
Yeah, it wouldn't be too hard.
I mean, just fly over,
Yeah.
do some rope.
Kaz looks a little bit confused and looks to Noxus. We could have flown this entire time.
Yeah, you didn't hear me say that. That's why I wanted to go fast, just in case anybody fell, so I could grab them.
A bridge there is, so why fly?
Well, to be honest, she was a bit distant last battle, so I don't think she heard.
Yeah,
Kaz looks a little
quiet.
like awkward at that and looks down.
It's like you were being a bod somewhere else. IRL.
Yeah. Wait, what's this IRL?
Yeah, also confused.
Now that you guys are on the other side and kind of have a minute to take in your surroundings, you turn and look at a large subterranean landscape that has this almost kind of permanent haze of a blue purple. There are fungi and weird subterranean bioluminescent plants growing kind of all over the place. Stalactites hanging from the ceiling, stalagmites growing from the floor. As there appear to be these paths every which way as you turn around and look at what's laid out before you. Now, Dane, you know that there is a small deep gnome village about an hour's march from here.
Is he back? Is Dane back?
Kieran? Oh, is he? Oh, he had to step away for a second.
Yeah.
Hey, sorry about that. The landlord showed up.
No worries.
He's back.
I was just describing the environment that you guys turn around. You are familiar with it, Dane. These, all these strange subterranean mushrooms and plants that grow with a strange purple or blue bioluminescence to them. These almost like myriad of maze of tunnels that open up sometimes into larger caverns with stalactites hanging from the ceiling and stalagmites growing from the floor. There's always the sound, it seems like, travels forever down here as whatever,
I don't know. That's why I'm trying to figure it out.
Whatever it is. You get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There always seems to be, you do can always perpetually hear the echo in the distance of what sounds like running water. Every once in a while you come across an underground stream. There appears to be several different kinds of small insectoid creatures that crawl over the different funguses and bioluminescent plants that grow down here, content to leave you be and go about their business. Some of them reptilian or amphibian in nature, others insectoid. There are bats that fly through the caverns on occasion. And Dane, you know that not far from here, about an hour's march away, as your dog comes running back up to you now that the danger appears so fast. There is a small deep gnome village where you've been staying, actually. And there is the chief there. He goes by the name of Dogna Terra Catcher.
Master Dwarf. This glow from the elemental...
I'm telling them... Oh, I'm sorry. You go. Sorry. I didn't hear you.
Master Dwarf, this glow from the elemental rifts is stemming?
No.
No.
It's just bioluminescent life forms.
Yeah, Katana's just looking it all over very curiously. This is new.
I'm just going full Steve Irwin in this environment.
Yes.
Just going like, all right. So you have 3 different versions of bioluminescent mushrooms, and they all have different feelings, have different effects based on what race you are. So, purple ones and green ones. Blue ones, they're fine to eat. They just glow, and your teeth and your tongue will glow for like a day or two.
Ooh, I like that. That sounds fun.
Green ones, you don't want to take, as it is highly poisonous to dragonborns in specific.
Stay away from the green ones. Got it.
Yes, and purple ones get you high.
Ooh, where's the purple one? Fight! Let's find a purple one.
They are the rarest.
Yeah, they're the hardest to find.
Let us not
However,
go on a trip for them.
Sorry, what was that, Shango?
A rather curious plant life this is.
Agreed.
Dane, one of the things that, whether you share this with the group or not, that is kind of quirky about this Deep Gnome village, they are miners by trade. You wouldn't be able to find the village unless you've been there before, because they're that good with illusion magics. That they need to be. It's how they protect themselves down here. Since everything down here is basically it's like being in Australia. Everything down here can kill you.
Right.
I thought that was Chult.
But
no, wait, different.
they have no concept of money, and their economy works entirely on the barter system. As such, in the week or so that you've spent with them, you've learned that someone's most valuable possession is their word or their good name, and to lose that is to be practically banished.
Yeah, and I'm telling them all these things just to prepare them of like, all right, so it's going to be a little weird there. Money means nothing. Have honor in your heart, and they'll like you immediately.
Mike's gonna avert
This
his
is
eyes
strange.
as he's saying that.
Without looking at Fike, don't lie.
Yeah, my look. Look at that.
Would you like to lead them to the village, Dane?
That's what I've been.
Okay. So yeah, if you guys want to, you're walking. Dane appears to be behaving in a way that you're not in too much danger at the moment. So if you guys would like to converse a little bit on the walk to this village, you can feel free to.
Master Dwarf, I am most curious as to your mention earlier of extra-planar beings.
Can you just call me Dane?
If you insist, Dane. I am most curious as to your mention of extraplanar beings.
What extraplanar entity are you referring to?
Whichever one you mentioned are home to these strange lands.
The Strider? Because those aren't extraplanar, they're just...
No, there was mention of beings from other planes being home to the Underdark.
Yeah, demons.
Demons. Is it a common occurrence? Demons are?
Dane, I believe he's referring to like the aberrations that you mentioned previously.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
the aberrations, the mind flares. Yeah.
Yeah, you made, I don't know if it was actually like a real known comment, but you made a comment about things from other planes of existence.
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere. Look, it's a rumor that was written in a book by this one guy who went into the Underdark with his group and found a lot of weird shit here.
By the way, Volos at the Slayer's Take would be like required reading material. So
yeah,
that's the homework.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only a rumor, but all right. So in this ancient time, there were these squid people, the heads of squids that would that had an empire above, and then they were brought down here.
Squid heads.
You say
Yes.
these are. You say
Yes,
these are not home to the material plane.
No, because most of the I don't necessarily study them all that much, but most aberrations are not of this plane.
Does the squid taste good?
Wherefore is that thy first question?
I
Isn't
don't
it like
know.
seafood?
I don't know, but if we find one, we gotta kill it. No. Go ahead, I guess.
Well, I mean, we gotta cook it first.
Do you
I doth
possess
not understand that mindset sometimes, Seo.
Sushi. I've heard it's called.
Do you possess knowledge of any potential rifts in the separation of the planes?
That I don't know. I mostly focus on this plane. Like I said, aberrations aren't really my forte. I know like basic info.
Understood. A good focus it is, Master Dane.
Thank you.
Master Dwarf, this plane fucking sucks.
I agree.
This is technically not. This is technically on the prime material plane.
Yeah.
My comment stands.
Yes.
My comments.
Yeah.
Oh,
People are dying of dysentery every day. We're on the fucking Oregon Trail.
I go through my bag. You guys can see that I have like some sort of bag, and when I open it, some cold air gets out. And I reach inside far below the bottom of the bag and go, okay. And I pull out a small book, basically a traveler's guide of the Underdark. And I flip through and I show like this really crappy sketch of a mind.
A crappy sketch of what?
A mind flayer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I doth see the squid now, somewhat.
It's basically the second edition picture.
That's not crappy. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
That's a really good rough sketch. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what they looked like in second edition.
Yeah.
Such a creature does not seem practical.
As far as sketches go, it's actually pretty good.
So then you have to cut the head off first before you cook it.
I would imagine so, yes.
As with most meat.
I believe the tentacles should be restrained as to not be restrained by them.
Britannia just pulls out her handkerchief while they're talking about this and just slightly covers her mouth and just turns to the side and doesn't want to think about this anymore.
Kind of drags a little. Yeah.
We don't eat humanoids or people, correct? In this group, I shouldn't have to ask this. But we don't eat
for yourself.
I mean, it's not a humanoid. I mean, it might have started as a humanoid, but it's not there anymore.
Simply make it worse.
He looks like he had the name Jones.
Oh, Jones. For the love of sound right.
But Father, let me tell you, we are still on the material plane. We have not left the plane, so.
Oh, all right. Well then,
I agree.
Sucks.
Yeah. I agree on that part. Not very welcoming the caverns are.
Yeah. How long do we need to stay down here? I want to go back home.
Yeah, I miss the fucking sun.
Yeah, I miss the fucking water.
Plus, we have a creature to fight here.
Indeed. Until the champion is defeated and the crown is broken, I will be here.
Yes, you're very noble and very special. Can we go to this fucking village? I need to get bandages.
I
We're walking
disagree.
there.
But
You guys are
just
walking and talking. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
If we
I
not
would.
have money, how doth we stay in the end?
You trade.
They don't have an inn. It's a
They
very
don't have
small
an inn.
vision.
It's a small mining village. Think of it like a small mining town.
Hang on. Now, Master Dwarf, I have a question for you. Very important question for you. Do they have alcohol?
Yes, they have alcohol.
Yes, but probably not strong enough for you. I mean,
I take that as a compliment. I'll take it as a compliment. But as
It's
long as they
very
have alcohol-
sweet. It's like a winter
mead?
wine. Yeah, or
Is
not quite a mead. It's made from the purple mushroom that you find down here.
I have a,
Okay.
Master Dwarf,
That is a
I have
me drink,
question.
not Cortanus. Me. That is a me drink.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
fungus mead is always a good thing.
Sweet
Basically,
wine.
the dwarf
I'm all
just
down for
said-
that shit.
It's like absinthe.
Okay, that's even.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
bad.
I was about to.
Two
I was
different
about to say that this is a dwarf saying, "Yeah, absinthe. It's probably not going to hit you too hard."
Right. So, Master Dwarf, if we can't trade coin, what are things that they like to see if we have something in our midst that if we need, we could trade?
They like shiny things, mostly
Oh,
shiny things.
Dane, you would know that they are huge fans of like precious stones and gems. Obviously, they're a mining culture, but also just like anything that they would judge as equal value, is stuff like so. Obviously, everybody in the world, like math is the inter-universal language. Magic items are valuable in all places, obviously. But anything that would be of value to them, like if you had a pickaxe or tools, you could probably get that would be of value to somebody. A bucket would have some value to somebody. It's just a matter of what you're trying to trade. It's a barter. The entire economy is on a barter system.
It's a paper clip up to a house type situation.
Essentially, I mean, not for in short
They need
term.
something
Yeah.
else. You have a paper clip. You trade with them. Then you get something else that somebody else needs.
Yeah.
And you trade up. Yeah.
Yep. You want this bucket? Yeah, I want that sword.
I already have the bucket, so that's the good news.
Well, like bucket for a sword is really not a very good trade, so that would probably be like almost insulting to one of them.
But it all depends on how bad they need the bucket.
It's true. If they have a bunch of swords and no bucket, and they really need the bucket,
That's fair.
Supply and demand, baby.
Or-
Supply and demand.
that's the paper clip.
Or
If we break all the buckets, they need the
if they have to go poo and they don't have a bucket.
and they gotta really go.
Okay, so let's bring it back to this bucket discussion.
bucket talk.
Buckets.
That's
I've
the name of our
I've been
podcast
paying
now.
for
On
the-
bucket talk.
I've been paying for things that I need through services of killing at better caps and making better alcohol.
Striking
Yep.
down beasts I am proficient with. However, I doth not have much.
So you guys continue to descend. It seems every path that Dane leads you down has a downward slope to it. Some are very slight, while others are almost 45-degree angles or beyond, and you have to almost slide down it as opposed to walk down it. But eventually, about an hour to an hour and 20 minutes later, he brings you to what's almost like this weird eye trick in the wall. As you kind of like walk from one side of it to the other, you have to be looking at it from the exact right angle, otherwise you miss the little tunnel that opens in the wall. It's only about 5.5 feet tall, so some of you have to like crouch down to get through it. But he leads you down this windy little tunnel until you come out into what's a decently sized cavern. The entire thing is kind of like almost like someone carved out like a dome in the like starting from that little tunnel, and then went down a ways and then turned it into a dome about the size of a basketball stadium. The entire thing, the entire open cavern is about the size of a basketball stadium. There are several that looks like they're almost carved, like literally the entire thing was carved out of like this solid stone. So even all the domiciles and homes and buildings are almost like they built up out of the ground. Like like everything was carved around. It was carved out of the side of a mountain. There's no wood for anything, so the open windows are just open, though they do have like this weird kind of warbly glass that they have. However, doors are either made from stone or have more of like a ropey curtains that hang from them. There are several of these very small, what look like gnome-like creatures. However, they are completely hairless. And their skin is a darker charcoal type color. They, other than that, they physically look very similar to gnomes that you've seen in the world. Many of them are dressed in miners' clothes, tough overalls, thick hemp-like material that their clothes are made from. Some of them have like pickaxes slung over their shoulder. Others are carrying buckets. They give you strange looks as you come in, though they don't run in fear as they notice that you're with Dane, as some of them kind of like nod to him. You're familiar with several of these people. You've been staying here for about a week, Dane. It's hard to keep track of the time since there's no like day-night cycle, but best you've been able to keep track of, you've been down here about a week, or at least staying in this village about a week. You did lose some time when you were, being tended to. But as you're coming in, Dane leads you to what looks like one of the more prominent huts in the center area here. As sitting outside on this large stone chair is a middle-aged male gnome with the dark charcoal skin. He has a welcoming smile on his face, warm eyes, and he hops down, walks over and says, "Well, hello there, Dane. It's good to see you again. You've been gone for quite a while this time." This is Chief Dogna Terracatcher.
Holy cow.
Indeed I have, good chief. Is he speaking in Undercommon?
He is. So none of you understand him, other than Dane. It seems you've come back with a bit more company than you left. And to all of you, it just
did.
Yeah, it sounds like a very high pitch. That is
gotta stop.
It looks at Shango the others and
Oh my gosh!
It's Mars attacks. It's Mars attacks.
And then I turn toward the rest of you and go, "Do any of you know Undercommon?"
No.
I believe you already
Not
asked
at all.
us, but no.
Negative.
No, I asked out of character.
Nope.
No, I think you asked when we first met because you talked to us in Undercommon.
Or you tried to talk to us in Undercommon, and then we didn't hear, and then.
Oh, you did it out of character.
Yeah, okay. But that was out of character. This is in character now.
Oh yeah, I no, I don't.
No.
Negative.
Above world common, yes.
First trip to these realms, this is.
And if you're asking if I speak Kurtanis, I don't speak Kurtanis.
No. What she's speaking is early modern common. But either way, I shall translate, or I then turn toward the chief. You wouldn't happen to speak common, would you? Above common, above talk.
He says in a decent. It's not broken common, but it's also not fluent. But he says, "Actually, I speak top talk pretty good."
Well, that works.
Great.
You all look a little worse for wear.
Yeah, just
Yes,
a little bit.
they just got down here. Do you have any spare beds where they can rest for the night or day?
We can provide. They can share the quarters that we've been providing for you, if that is okay, Dane. They will assist you in the agreement that we've had to earn their stay.
Actually, they kind of solved it.
What agreement are we talking here?
Yeah.
Oh, the ones where I sell you into slavery. I'm kidding.
What?
Yeah, just immediately, like, just...
I put my handbag down and I was like, okay.
Dogna kind of
terrible sense of humor.
Laughs. He turns to the rest of you and goes, excuse me, where are my manners? My name is Chief Dogna Terracatcher. Welcome to our little mining village.
Terracatcher.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Shango of the Ashari with a slight bow.
Cortanus.
I don't know who that is. The Ashari.
Would you like to be enlightened?
Right.
Certainly. For now, I would recommend that you all get a little bit of a rest. You look a little harrowed. We appreciate you taking care of our aircap problem, if what Dane says is true. They've been awfully nasty and snagging some of our miners as they get deeper into some of our mines as we've been expanding. It has become a problem. But for now, if you guys would like to rest, we can provide you with quarters that you can share with Dane. They are not fancy, but they are warm and dry, and a meal can be provided. And thanks for what you have done. And should you need anything else, you need but ask, and we can negotiate.
Can I tell if this is his normal speaking pattern, or is he on something?
No, this appears. I mean, you've not known him very. Yeah. No, but you've not known him very long, but he doesn't. He's not like swaying or like.
There's not a little box that he shuffled behind something while we walked in there.
No, it just appears to be his way that he talks.
His gnomish.
I mean, I just need a few sets of clean bandages, if you don't mind.
Certainly, that can be provided. Whoa. There's an echo.
Oh.
All right, someone's echoing deeply.
Yep.
Thank you.
That can certainly be provided. And he turns to what looks like his second in command, or his secretary, and says, "Go to the infirmary and be sure to bring back a couple of first aid kits." So the gentleman runs off, and 3 minutes later comes back with 2 first aid kits, the items first aid kits, and hands them to you. A fair trade, lodging and first aid kits for your assistance with the other caps.
Thank you. We'll accept.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Very well. 3 square meals will be provided.
What do you guys eat?
He says, I believe today they will be serving Blink Spider. Very delicious.
I am intrigued to try.
Spider?
With that, we are going to I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. I'll be right back.
So D&D Beyond.
No.
D&D Beyond, everyone.
We have something. Wait.
Huh?
We have something real to promote this week?
What?
Don't you have something real to promote this week?
Like a concert?
Oh, well, I mean, like,
Dragon
if
Con?
anyone is happens to be in Tarrytown, New York, and going to the Harry Potter convention MystiCon, my band shall be playing there this weekend. If you happen to be there, you know. All those Harry Potter cons y'all go to on the internet. But other than that, D&D Beyond is great.
Question. Our bag of holding says we have some precious gems, rubies and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that was...
For chromatic orb, it needs to be specifically a diamond, right? I
Yes.
can't use a...
That is correct.
Yeah,
It is a
it's gotta
diamond
be
worth
a
50
diamond.
gold at least.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it doesn't consume it, so
Yes.
Yeah,
so you can.
But I'm saying I can't use a ruby that's worth 50 gold.
No.
That is correct.
Correct.
Well,
We
yeah,
do
it's
not
gotta
have...
be diamond because you know they gotta.
It's
we
got to
do not
go
have
with
any
different colors
diamonds,
of the
right?
rainbow.
Yeah, I think...
We do not have-
That's how
Knox,
it works.
don't you have a
I have,
patch of precious gems?
Yeah, on my patch, I have a patch of precious gems. So,
Do you
if
know if they make diamonds?
it's kind of like a luck of the draw. It makes
who
what it
knows?
makes. So I can pull it, and if I get a diamond, I get a diamond.
I'm gonna see. I mean, this town likes diamonds, so I'm gonna see if I can like switch a 50 GP ruby or amethyst or whatever for.
Alrighty. So, you guys are led to a small. It's strange as you look. The architecture here, everything is very right. Other like the actual space that was carved out has almost like a 90-degree angle at the edge from the floor to the beginning of the sphere, but the ceiling goes up in a dome-like shape. However, all the buildings are very squares, rectangles, right angles. Everything is very geometric. And you are led to a small, almost perfectly square, like 35 foot by 35 foot by like 15 foot tall building that was looks like it's becoming like the seam where the floor meets the edge of the wall is a perfect 90-degree right angle, and there's no seam there. It's literally like carved out, like right out of the floor. As you are brought inside, it is essentially just like a straight up empty, open, rectangular, like square room with a bunch of spaces for you to put out your bedrolls. As you are led there and left to your own devices, with the six of you in this room and a large Saint Bernard dog.
Our strength, we shall.
Holy shit! Where'd the dog fucking get here?
The dog's been here.
He's
The
always.
dog ran. I thought the dog ran.
It came back as soon as the fight was over.
It's a mount.
Okay.
It's well trained.
Yes.
It's just that Dane didn't train him.
It's trained enough. It's like I have no idea who this dog is.
He's a danger indicator. Our strength,
Exactly.
Good
Our
puppy.
strengths we shall gather, and then continue on our hunt for the champion. Correct.
Agreed. Yeah, Katasa's gonna walk
Yes.
over and set stuff down by like one of the walls, and then kind of sit at the wall like as she normally does. That's her space.
And honestly,
bedroll.
that's the best plan we got right now.
Yeah, Katanas, when you get a second, I just need to speak to you outside real quick, if you don't mind. But it's whenever you get a moment. It's fine. It's not
All right.
super pressing.
I shall explore the town for a moment if anyone would like to accompany me.
I'll go
Yes,
with
my
you.
lord.
That sounds like a good idea.
I'll go with you so then I can translate.
Thank
That's a
you.
good idea.
Thank you.
Quite
Druid.
appreciated. Thank thee, Dane.
We shall wait. We shall wait a couple minutes for you, Katanas and Father.
Very well.
Yeah, just I want to get out of eye shot of specifically Shango, so I can talk to Cortadas.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not, you said you want some privacy. I'm just saying in wherever we got shown and read in my book or something.
She looks a bit confused by that, but will eventually stand up again and put things down and follow Fike.
Do you want if I take a look at the eye?
Oh, of course. And like lifts up the bandage a little bit. It's like
Is it
empty eye hole. Just
Yeah.
like no, she
Empty
first
eye hole?
it's like, first it's like closed. She keeps it closed, and then she just
Yeah.
like very awkwardly opens it up.
Yeah. So So as you lift up the eye patch and you're looking at it, Fike, she has her eyelid closed, but there is still that big slash that kind of goes. It was she was
slightly into her
stabbed.
other scar.
Yeah, into her other scar. But and it's like there was magical healing applied to it, so it's scarred over. It's not like an open wound, but as she opens the blinks open, there is just like an empty socket there. Yeah.
I'm gonna recast Mage Hand, and I'm gonna go. We gotta change your bandage so it doesn't get infected. Especially down here, I don't know what you could possibly catch. So, if you don't mind, and I'm just gonna start.
Appreciated, yes.
And I'm just gonna slowly start unwrapping, and then open the kit, and then take like a gauze pad and some bandages, and start rewrapping.
Yep.
And then it seems like we're literally falling to pieces as a group, and I thought of something quite ironic the other day. That was kind of terrible thought. That what's my luck that Saren Ray would get to me before like Lolth did?
I doth not understand.
Well, she's like the guy who's literally the liar and the deceiver and the swindler and the con man. That god wouldn't get to me first, and Saren Ray did. Like, wouldn't like Shango is strong. That's why Cord chose him. So why would it's just ironic, Like, what's my luck?
I doth not know how the gods work. Honestly, at one point thought that perhaps Saren Ray would have heard me, but she did not.
Her light shines on you. I know it does. I mean, even down here, through the muck and the mud and the fungus and the hell landscape, I guarantee she still smiles upon you.
I don't know if I believe that. I am beyond gods at this point. I shall never see the realms of Cord or Saren Ray. When I die, I simply sleep.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping to one day actually see them myself. So instead of this twisted webscape, but
after what I hath
you're gonna
seen,
need to change that.
After what I hath seen, Vike, I hath no doubts that thou shalt find thy goddess eventually. She seems to smile upon thee most gratefully at most times, though thou canst be a bit strange at times.
Oh, that's because I say more than I think, and I should think way more than I say. And that's got me in more trouble than most. And I don't know, maybe I'm lucky, but that this evil fucking manipulator god didn't find me before Saren Ray did. But
sometimes the things that thou doth not say canst cause more problems than the ones thou doth say.
yeah, well, I told you I wasn't going to leave you on that bridge, so I told you months ago, and I'm still not doing it. So your sacrifice, if you and me are fighting for Saren Ray, which I know you're not, but you are. I can hear it in here. I'm sticking with you. And you're gonna have to change that bandage, and I'm only doing it outside of Shango's eye shot because I don't want him to see you as weak.
I appreciate that. I would rather not be.
We're gonna fix you up, I promise. And I finally finished the last of it. I tucked the last of it in, and he goes, Try not to get that wet.
Another thing I have no intention of doing, especially down here, and just like kind of looking around at the weird, like, is there any like out window or anything like that in this room, or is it just like a?
There's a singular.
This is outside,
perfectly.
Right? Out, like
you guys are inside. Everyone else went outside.
Oh, right.
To look around a little bit. On each, so on the one side there's just the door, and then on the other 3 walls, directly in the center, there is a perfectly square cut out single window.
Yeah, just like peering out there, and she says like strange landscape.
Yeah. And the window is perfect 90-degree angles.
These are very good cutters. All right, and then once I finish applying the fresh bandage, I'm just going to dismiss Mage Hand.
Okay.
All right, I guess let's go explore this mining town.
So, thank thee, Fike.
Well, while they're doing that, I'm giving them basically, here's where you go if you need to, use the restroom. Here's where you go if you need to eat.
So
if you want to try mining, they allow you to go over there. Make sure you take the stocking cap with you. Apparently, that's necessary. Also, I have a couple of questions about you guys that need to be answered.
Yeah. So Dane, you kind of lead you guys around the small village. Most of it, like probably 70 to 80% of it, is just residential lodgings. There's a small area almost in the dead center, which was right around where where you met up with the chief, where there's a few buildings. There's one building that is like a little tavern, though there's no rooms there. It's just for people to get it's more of like a food distribution center than a tavern. But there's also a couple other buildings where you can there's like a general store, which mostly has mining supplies, but it has some other stuff in there too. And then there's the chieftain's hut or lodge. But it's a very simple place. And other than that, and the one far end of the wall, there's the entrance to the mines. That appear to be precious gem mines. But as you're walking around, Dane apparently starts asking some questions.
All right. So, first of all, I know it was hastily answered, but why is that woman speaking in that way?
That's just what she does.
Why are you not speaking in that language?
Yeah.
I don't really read the plays from that time all that much, but
it's how people talked back. Back in the Age of Arcanum.
Yeah. Dost thou bite your thumb at me?
I do bite my thumb, sir.
Thou art quite informal with thy common, sir.
A different youth we've all had, and a different upbringing all we've had. So
yeah, you would never know that I was brought up somewhat as a noble.
Quickly turn to Noxus. Huh.
Yeah, that's what Draconia was, Cortanus. It was, people with tails had more power than the ones without. And I happen to be born with a tail.
Give me Noxus, I still know little about this Draconia.
It was a floating city. That's about it. Nothing special.
You had a bunch. There was a ton of those back in the day, Cortanus.
That I understand. I know not the culture otherwise, though.
Bunch of assholes.
Might I ask?
Looks at Noxus, thinks a moment.
What's in the book?
Assholes.
That one she's already learned.
Yes.
I have that in my
She's like,
notebook
"Oh,
already.
I understood that reference."
I have that
Like
in my
that scene
notes.
from the first Avengers.
I actually learned that last session I was in. I have that. That's my last note.
Might I ask, Noxus, you speak of power being wielded by the ones with tails over the ones without. In what way or fashion did you and your family wield that power?
Is that something I would remember?
Well, yeah, you would have had. I mean, you were so young. Like looking back on it now, you understand what it was. But as a kid, you just thought they were like servants.
Out of character, I don't know how old Naxos is / was when you.
So he's like in his mid-20s.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when Draconia fell, he would have been like 5 years old.
Okay.
So looking now, as you're an adult now, you understand what it was back then. They were slaves, but
I didn't know that when I was a kid.
As a kid, you just thought they were like servants. Like, oh, that's just like my nanny, and that's
that's the person that makes the food.
Yeah, and that's the person that cleans the house, and that's like it was
normal.
It was But now, like after everything happened,
they were the help.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Looking back on it, now after Draconia falling and you being, raised in the essentially the refugee camps of new Draconia, air quotes, under the control of the Ravenites. You learned you figured out what it was, and now you feel about it the way you feel about it. So.
Well, to answer that question, Shango, I would say, my parents owned slaves, but I didn't know the difference when I was a kid. I know now. I don't agree with it. I mean,
you see across his face, like first when you by the mention of slaves, he the face kind of goes a little dark, and then when you say you don't agree with it, he goes back to his more regular demeanor.
I mean, at first I thought they were hired to take care of me and take care of everything, and as I got older, I started to kind of like wonder why certain things happened, but I never had the courage to ask. Like I said earlier, Dad was an asshole. And when Draconia fell, I realized why they were always so mean to me. I kind of learned quick. So
glad I am to hear that you seem to find the ways and understanding.
Don't give me too much credit, Shango. It took a special someone to get me out of those ways. I wasn't always like this. For a long time, I thought they deserved it as I grew up. But someone helped change my views, and I no longer believe what my parents do.
So your views have been changed, and you might understand that power does not come for free and without strings attached.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
With great power comes great responsibility.
So they say so.
I think
that's what they always told us.
I think a great man by the name of Ben said that. Ben Parker.
Yeah.
Trying to think like how far back these legends go. Trying to remember something.
Yeah. So you guys wander around the small village for a bit to kind of get your bearings, but you're all starting to get very exhausted.
Yeah.
You've had a rough day, you imagine, is what it is. It's hard, you've been underground for so long now at this point. it's kind of hard to keep track of time. But you end up back at your domicile, and you are all inside, kind of taking out your bedrolls, it's almost like you're camping inside.
Right.
Yeah,
What would you like to
as they
do?
go in, Katana will like look over to Dane. To answer the original question from before, I am strange, in a sense. Perhaps older than I look. And then she'll go over to the corner and sit down with her blades up, like the sheaths.
Extraordinary, I believe, is the word you're looking for, Kutanas.
No, fine, my lord.
How old is that? And I point toward my eye, as if to say, how old is that wound?
You say the bandages just got replaced recently, so
Yeah.
just before we
Right.
descended.
Well, if you're ever in Westruun, I know an eye guy.
Wait, they have eye guys?
Yeah, there's. I mean, I met an eye guy once, but he was just a wacko that's collected frog eyes.
No. He makes little. He makes glass eyes that you can see through.
Oh,
it's magic.
Interesting.
I'm describing the ersatz eye will. It's a common magic item.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah. Appreciate
There's
it.
also priests and clerics or druids that can cast regenerate.
Yeah.
Do you have a hand guy? And Mike just hold up his left stump.
Actually,
Mike needs a hand job.
Dane, because you're a dwarf,
Katana!
make
that was out of
history
character.
check for me.
Sure thing.
Can't believe
History,
you
you
just said
said?
that, Cortana.
History, yes.
Okay. Just
Please say that's
Have you heard any of my music?
19.
Fuck you.
19.
I listened to your whole album on my way to running D&D.
Then you know.
Yesterday,
You know.
Yes, I know. It was great.
65. Oh wow! Open right to it. So. You do have a hand guy, sort of. He's not in Westruun. He's in Craghammer. It's a gnome that you know that works at
Automail.
Works at where the fuck is it?
You guys are 12 without me. It's my turn. Fuck.
The Cracksackle Union. It's a guild of gnomish tinkerers in Craghammer.
Yeah, and I probably go to them more often than, say, dwarven people.
Yeah.
But actually I do. If you're willing to wait like a month or two.
A month.
Yeah, while they're designing the hand and making it. It's delicate work.
I guess we'll cross and cut that proverbial bridge when we come across it.
Correct. Third question. I keep on hearing you guys talk about some sort of champion with a crown. Do you know what this champion looks like? Because I might know where a crown might be.
I mean,
It's up.
We assume it's the thing that you're looking for.
Yeah,
We really don't know.
A very specific droid, I would assume, considering the egg sacs of babies that we found in multiple locations while tracking or attempting to track this creature.
House cringes a little bit.
All right, then. I know where that thing's throne room is.
How far away is it?
You're not exactly sure, Dane.
While getting from there to here, let's just say this. I came down here with a group on their first hunt, and apparently either I suck at being a tutor of sorts, they sucked at combat, or that thing's powerful.
Well, you find yourself at luck, as tutoring, I believe, you do not need.
I think we're all pretty capable.
Yeah, some of us are
fantastic.
I mean, we might need to lend Fike a hand, but you know.
And please, no more bridges.
Can't promise that. Either way.
Yeah, Dane, you're not 100% sure how far it is from here. When you fled, you left a different way than you came in, and for when you woke up here, you don't really remember how you were brought here while you were unconscious. So,
right. I know the general area. I haven't been able to go that far because I've been having to kill ettercaps for the past week.
How long have you been down here?
A while.
The direction shall suffice to get us to the target's location.
Perhaps we shall find more information as we go.
Great.
They are not subtle, motion, considering the eggs.
Great. So, what I'm going to need from all of you, I'm going to need to be able to trust all of you. I am in a bad environment for a while. I know the area. I know where things are, but I can't do my job if I'm expecting a dagger in the back. So,
the same can be extended. The same can be extended to you.
Fantastic. Full things on the table. I'm a member of the Slayer's Take. For those of you who don't know what the Slayer's Take is, we're a monster hunting guild. I slay monsters for a living, not people. I was a bounty hunter before this. I only took jobs that brought in people alive. And I'm a Deadeye shot.
How many monsters have you killed?
Seeing if she can read him at all.
Yeah. Does he seem honest?
I'm being very honest. I'm being very open about everything that I'm doing.
Yeah, he's being completely. From what you can tell, he's being completely honest and genuine.
Yeah.
You also get the sense. You also get the sense that he thinks it doesn't behoove him to be dishonest at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm just trying to fill out this job that honestly should have been a lot easier than this. Have you fought traitors before? Probably not. But those things are a lot easier to kill than that thing. I'm pretty sure it's that crown that you're looking for.
So, and let me, the enemy you encountered was surprisingly strong, correct?
Correct.
Hence the loss of
It had a crown.
Hence the loss of novices at the attempt to slay such beast.
What about her
Didn't
tactics?
didn't they know that those guys were stronger? Why would they send brand new people with you?
He just said that
Because
it
it
wasn't that
was
strong.
because the job was just for bits of a spike from a drider, I mean. Specifically a drider. That's what the contract was, and we had a bunch of new kids that I needed to take them through the joint.
Yeah, and Dane, it's not the first time that you've led newbies on a hunt, and driders like that. They're not like a laydown, but you
but
know,
they're a lot easier than what we experienced.
To give you an idea, like if you would have lost one or two, you would have been like, okay, like, but to have what happened, and as fast as it happened, there was something else going on.
So, what was this Dryda's tactics? Is she a magic user? Does she wield a semblance of weaponry? Does she have a personal guard? Like, what are we walking into since you've actually had combatants with this Dryda?
Well,
I probably did a hunter's sense.
Yeah.
On it, so I would know its vulnerabilities, if any.
Okay. 1 second. As I flip through my notes.
Much more you got than you bargained for, it appears.
So, it does not have any. As far as its resistances, immunities, or vulnerability, it wasn't anything different from any other Drider you've ever encountered. Most Driders have, you would know. Actually, you know what? Make a intelligence check, and it is a monstrosity, so you would get your bonuses. So 17. Yeah. So you would know that it's this particular Drider that you fought had the same damage resistances, immunities, and vulnerabilities as any other Drider, which is none. So it didn't have any disadvantage. It doesn't have any vulnerabilities or resistances or immunities. Most Driders, you are aware, have innate spellcasting. This was beyond that, and it was mostly, from what you could tell, coming from the crown.
Because it kept on glowing or something.
Exactly. It was also extremely proficient with a bow and a longsword. And it did have in the throne room there were some personal guard, and there was a priestess of Lolth in there with her.
I explain all this, and say she was a magic user, and she killed everyone with a lot heavier magic than a Drider's supposed to.
A champion she is.
Right.
Hey, let's not put ourselves down. We've taken out enough champions before.
I mean, we're champions. Champions of Thirst.
Mistake me not, options we have none. A champion she might be, but best that she must be.
Yeah, it's got to be that crown that makes her so powerful, and I'm guessing from the prophecy or whatever. Not Essek. What was his name?
Eskil.
Let's go right
Eskil.
Eskil.
Monsieur.
Okay, I was close. From what Eskil said, seems pretty self-explanatory that this is the thing that we need to kill.
Quite forthright you are, Noxus, with information in the presence of newly acquaintanced.
I doth
Yeah.
not sense any sort of
I don't
deceit
think he's lying.
from him, my lord. He hath been forthright with us.
I mean,
Glad to know.
To get trust,
Glad to know that you trust me.
We don't. I don't, personally.
I mean,
and
that-
any information that I share with you is going to be on my terms. Just like
and
I was being sarcastic. Either way, most of what you said just went right over my head. So,
literally,
so, honestly,
Master Dwarf,
even if I was dishonest, I have no idea what you're talking about.
But if you're being dishonest, you're trying to lead us off the trail. Maybe that's what you want us to believe.
Or maybe that's what I want you to believe. That so then you're always shifty, and therefore the rest of the group doesn't trust you, and they trust me instead.
No.
I am getting a headache.
Just Noxus, make a wisdom saving throw.
Brain bomb!
Boom!
I like Fike just straight up, nope.
He just blew your mind, Noxus. It's like, whoa.
One
I
of
didn't
his
even
cups
think of
has
that.
poison in it.
Tis
One of
far-
it is the
Total
antidote.
piano reading.
Tis far too late, early, looking towards that window again where there's not really much in the way of light for this sort of
anybody know what
circular
time it is?
language.
Dane, you do know, however, that Chief Dogna said that he would give you when the time came, he would give you directions to back to this Drider that you wanted to go after.
Guys, we need to be excellent to each other.
Excellent.
It's most excellent to each other, but yes.
Most
excellent. A pun
I doth
intended
not
in
understand
there.
in this context, but
Me neither. I am most confused.
I am most annoyed.
perhaps some rest is in order.
Yeah, I think we're getting crabby.
Just a little bit.
Crabby?
Hangry. I'm hungry and angry at the same time.
Upset due to tiredness.
Yes.
Oh, the spider soup we should try. What was it? The tonight.
Oh yes,
The blink
spider.
spider.
Blink spider, yes. Roast blink spider.
I don't even care. I just if it's there, I grab it and I eat it. I don't even care.
It's actually pretty good. It tastes like a homemade like that green chili that Andy used to make for us, Noxus.
Do you
I
have
would
any
imagine it would
hot
be
sauce?
like lobster.
'Twould have been a bit better without knowing the name, but 'tis all right.
It's
Any hot
actually pretty
sauce?
good.
it's neon green.
It's actually like a Tar Heel blue color.
Hot sauce.
It looks like blue dragon snot.
Another
Say this after we've eaten it.
bit of terminology I did not need. Thank thee, Fike.
Fike.
Actually, a blue actually black.
Okay.
I'll let you. I
Yes.
go back to eating.
Yes, thank you.
Beggars can't be choosers, Fike.
Enlightening.
This beggar can most definitely be a chooser, and I'm not gonna eat.
I throw him a bag of rations.
Thank you.
All right, you guys eat your fill. I'm assuming you all take a long rest. Is that what it sounded like was going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You said we
I'm-
up.
Huh?
You said
I'm sorry?
You
What was
said
that,
you clean
Shango?
up- You said we have been up and going for a while.
Yeah, you've been up and going for a while.
Okay.
So if you wanted to take a long rest, I would say.
Will we be able to?
Yeah, I'll do it in the morning, whenever after the long rest. Then.
Are we able to take shifts and stuff or no?
Yeah,
if you'd like, yeah.
I would like to take a shift.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to take a shift.
So you guys go back to your domicile, bed down for the night. Who's taking first watch?
Cortana can.
We do feel relatively safe in this village, right? Because they're all nice and whatnot.
Yeah.
For the moment.
Right. So I don't feel the need to put up the hut.
Right.
We'll stay up, and she'll eventually, she'll think a moment, take out the nature's boon, look at it for a bit with the one eye, and then just kind of slowly run her hand across the owl symbol and activate the owl's wisdom.
Yeah.
And then just kind of lift up the bandage a bit, and it's got a green glow in the eye hole.
Yep. Absolutely.
Nice.
Sweet.
Yeah.
You're doing this by yourself.
You guys sleep through the night uneventfully. Nothing really goes on. You all get a long rest, so you heal. Everyone heals back to their hit points. You get your spell slots back. All that good stuff. As you come to the morning, you go and eat what looks like some sort of eggs, and it has some sort of portobello mushroom thing mixed in with it. Some sort of and then with a cheese, like a portobello mushroom cheese egg omelet almost kind of thing.
Where they got the milk, no one knows.
Yeah.
I make sure I bring a plate to Flake, and I look at him and don't ask what it is, just eat it. It looks good.
All right.
What were you going to do in the morning, Chico?
There are some fried chickens down here, and I take a bite.
Yeah, well, so you guys finish your breakfast and everything, and what would you like to do?
I want to walk around the town and try to see if I can exchange one of the ruby amethysts that we have for a diamond with any one of the locals.
Yeah, gonna come with them.
All right.
I'll go as well.
Okay.
I think we're all gonna go.
Dane, you would know the best person for them.
Go with them.
Yeah, so I'd be
You would know
it's shiny and red versus blank and white. You want to trade?
So Dane, you would know that the best person for him to talk to would probably be the chief.
Yeah.
He knows common. That's fine.
Yeah.
Let's go talk to him then.
If you tell Dane, he'll say, "Oh, you want to go to the but if you don't, because you don't trust him, have fun trying to talk to people. Then I guess."
Well, I mean, I'm not hiding that I'm doing this. I'm just setting out, trying to talk to people to trade.
Yeah, we pretty much all go.
Okay.
All right. So if Dane tags along with the group, he'll notice.
Probably, yeah.
But,
so you make your way.
Yeah, I don't go out of my way and be like, "Hey, Dane, we're going to do this." I'm just doing it.
Okay. Yeah. So he picks up on you doing it. Eventually, he leads you over to the chief's hut, where you see him standing outside, conversing with his lieutenant that he was talking to previously. He says, so hello, you're welcome. You are awake again. It is a pleasure to see all of you again. How can I help you?
You go.
Greetings, honored Chief Dogna. I am in search for a clear diamond in exchange for one of our colored stones.
Ooh, do you present the ruby?
Yeah,
or the amethyst or whatever?
I have a ruby and an amethyst, one in each hand, whichever he prefers.
He reaches out and grabs both of them if you let him. Oh, may I? And he grabs them and he pulls out a jeweler's eye.
Look at it.
And,
yes.
Yeah, he takes out a jeweler's eye and puts it in his eye and starts inspecting them. And he's speaking in Undercommon under his breath. Dane, you basically see he's making like comments on, oh, the purity is actually pretty good in this, and and oh, that's actually a decent cut, and he looks at each of them over for about a minute each, takes the jeweler's eye out and hands the jewels back to you and says, wait here, and he disappears back into his hut, and then comes back out with a large, what looks like a large blanket or rug. And he says, "If you are looking to trade, we should talk for more than just. We should talk about more than just gems, don't you think?" And he rolls out this rug, and on the rug, you see what looks like several different kinds of beautifully cut, sparkling gems, diamonds, rubies, sapphires, you name it, on one section of the blanket.
Yeah. I'm just kind of taken away by his like quick quirkiness, and just like, and it's like I can't even follow that fast.
Yeah. On another section of the blanket, you see what looks like a little chest that he opens up, and you can see there's a bunch of potion stoppered bottles of potion in there. You recognize them fairly simply because you've seen enough of them at this point. There's a bunch of different kinds of healing potions. Looking inside, there appears to be 9 greater healing potions, or I'm sorry, nine regular healing potions, 5 greater healing potions, and 3 superior healing potions. On another section of the blanket, there appears to be a bunch of collection of random and odd things. One of them is like a metal rod that looks like it has these 2 horse figurines at the end of each rod, and in the center of the rod there's a little button. There is another section where, sitting next to each other, oddly enough not with the rest of the gems, there's a large yellow diamond that appears to have this like swirling arcane essence on the inside of it. There's another large white pearl in one section of the blanket. There's also 2 little satchels. One satchel that opens up and it looks like there's a bunch of dust in there. And another satchel that you open up and it looks like there's a bunch of beans in there. And then there's also this large black cloak that on the bottom is trimmed to look like the wings of a bat.
Man, this dude has everything, huh?
He says, "You wish to trade?"
Hey, what's that cloak with the bat wings? What is that?
It is these over here are magical. We've been able to scrounge up in our venturing through the caverns. While over here we have several healing potions that we have our alchemists work up. There's various injuries in the mines, and so we have to usually have a large stock of these on hand. And then over here we just this is what we trade in. Gems of all shapes, sizes, and colors.
Are you familiar with the nature of all of your belongings?
Indeed.
Would you please enlighten me as to the pearl and diamond?
The pearl is something that, if you bind yourself to it magically, will allow you to recharge some of your magic very quickly than you usually would be able to.
Okay. Out of character.
You may examine them as you wish.
That's a pearl power. Huh?
Yeah, I was gonna say out of character. I assume pearl of power.
If you could identify it to.
Yeah,
that's the DM's version of.
I'll listen. I listened to him first. Well, he offered already, right? That I can identify.
Yes, he said you could examine them as much as you'd like.
Yeah. Oh, that's the most gracious offer. If you have the time.
I am nothing if I am not fair.
Indeed. Okay, so I'll start doing identify. So it takes a while.
Okay, yeah. So it's going to take you about at least an hour because there's several items.
Well, I'll start with the pearl and the yellow diamond.
The pearl is a pearl of power. So for those of you who don't know, it allows you to you use an action, I believe, and it will recharge a first, second, or third level spell slot. The gem is an elemental gem. Essentially, it can summon a earth elemental. The rod is an immovable rod.
Nice.
The cloak is a cloak of the bat. The dust is dust of disappearance, and the bag of beans is a bag of beans.
Whoa.
Nice.
They're all in the DMG if you'd like to look them up.
Yep.
Or if you'd like me to read them to you, I can.
I think the only one I don't know what it does is the bag of beans.
The bag of beans is, it depends.
Yeah, it depends.
The way the bag of beans works is you inside are 3d4 dry beans. If you dump the bag's contents out on the ground, they explode in a 10-foot radius, extending from the beans. Each creature in the area, including you, must make a DC 15 dexterity saving throw, taking 5d4 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. The fire ignites flammable objects in the area that aren't being worn or carried. If you remove a bean from the bag and plant it in the dirt or sand and then water it, the bean produces an effect 1 minute later from the ground where it was planted. The DM can choose the effect from the following table, determine it randomly, or create an effect.
I pulled the pearl of power a little bit like out of the group, and just like a regular diamond that seems to be about 50 gold's worth. I am interested in these two stones.
What do you offer in trade?
Let's say a stone for a stone. And I have like the amethyst and the ruby that you looked at earlier.
Mm-hmm. How much were the amethyst and the ruby? Did I say they were worth?
50 they are 50 gold pieces each.
So you'd want like one for.
All right. He goes, "Is that all you wish to trade?"
How valuable do you judge this pearl?
Well, I mean, it is quite a powerful magical object.
Would you say about 2 stones, 3 stones?
Stones of similar
compared to the 2 stones you have investigated.
I would dozens.
How about, and then Cortanas will pull one of the potions of water breathing out, because we have like 6 of them.
Interesting. He hands it to one of his people, and you recognize them doing a ritual identify spell. He says, "Do you have more?"
She'll look to Shango for approval.
He gives a nod.
And then reaches into pack and pulls out a couple more.
All of your potions of water breathing for the pearl, and I am happy to do the simple trade of a gem for a gem.
Did you pull out all 6 of them, or?
Pulled out 3.
You pulled out. Oh, you only pulled out 3.
Yeah, for the moment.
A literal one, and then a literal couple, so 3 total.
Just wanted to clarify. That's why I'm asking.
He's saying all of your potions of water breathing. So essentially, he said 6. So if you can double that number, he would be happy to trade you the pearl.
But does he know we have 6? No, I'm just kidding.
God does.
Right. Once again, look to Shango.
You can try to negotiate.
Yeah, you got the charisma there. You don't want me doing this shit.
I just want to do a quick check with the group if we feel like we're still in need of having those.
I don't think so.
No.
Okay. Quite a lot of potions that is for one simple pearl.
Flood's going to be a problem in the mines.
That is fair. How you say 4 of the potions for the pearl?
Make a persuasion check. He kind of looks you up and down and says, "You drive a hard bargain, but a fair one, Blue Man."
We are now the Blue Man group.
And he spits in his palm and holds it out.
I look a little confused. Also spit in my palm and give him a handshake.
He shakes, and the exchange is made.
Kataz pulls out the 4 and hands them over, and then waits a moment. Because the moment they turn around to leave after this is done, she's taking out her handkerchief and like passing it to Shango discreetly.
I have a question. Do you have children here? Any young ones?
Well, yes.
Do you?
Odd question.
Well, it's. I have and I pull out my stuffed fox.
Aww.
And I have.
Aww.
I don't have much to trade, but if you could find any value in this for any stone that you see fit, I would like to trade this for one of the children to have.
Make a persuasion check. 11.
Falls on deaf ears.
He kind of looks you up and down, looks at the gems on the blanket, reaches out and picks up a small, pink, small pink diamond, and holds it out.
May I borrow your gem viewing apparatus?
He hands it to you.
It's
a little small.
I'm gonna pretend I know what I'm doing.
Okay, make an investigation check. 15. It actually, with the jeweler eye, you can. It's small, but it's a diamond.
If you think this is a fair trade, I would like to make this trade.
He nods and spits in his hand and holds out his hand.
Yes, I spit in my hand as well, and I shake it.
All right, the exchange is made.
I don't have 2 handkerchiefs.
I have Knox. I'm good.
That's fair.
Hey, kind sir, that cloak. What would you see fit to part ways with that?
I know not. I do not know what it is that you possess.
Well,
I show you my possessions here that I'm willing to trade.
I show you mine. You show me yours.
I have this glove, and I show him the glove of blasting.
He hands it. If you hand it to him, do you hand it to him? Yeah. He hands it to his. The little guy to identify it. He waits for a minute. You guys wait for like 10 minutes. And he looks you over and says, "A fair opening offer. Is there something that you can toss in to sweeten the pot a bit?"
We don't need a drinking goblet worth 100 gold, right? So it's got to be like super shiny and ornate, right?
Yep.
I mean, unless we're trying to impersonate royalty.
A goblet worth 100 gold, yeah, it's like solid gold and like emblazoned with like gems and stuff. Yeah, it's
it
it looks like a mug that Flavor Flav would drink out of.
Your
pull it out.
Majesty.
Pull it out and I show him.
It's the fake Holy Grail from Last Crusade.
Yeah, you pull it out.
I show it to him.
You see his eyes get big, and he spits in his hand and says, "Deal."
That there was this is quite expensive where we come from, and I was hoping maybe we could throw in some possible healing potions with it as well.
Now you try to alter the deal? The cloak for the glove and the goblet.
I'm willing to throw more in for some healing potions.
What else are you willing to throw in?
Sale hand out his old breastplate and a war pick to try and get some potions.
On the war pick, we have plenty of mining picks. I don't know that this is really worth a potion. And he looks at you. He stands next to the breastplate, which is about as big as he is, and looks at you like, really?
Could also look at perhaps the tents, considering they don't use it anymore. They have the hut now. You have 3 tents.
No, because you have that very nice sleeping at a red eye. You don't use anymore.
The what?
You have the extra special bed
He still
roll.
uses that in the
Yeah,
hut.
I still use my bedroll.
Oh, you do? Oh.
Yeah.
We don't have beds in the hut. It ain't a mansion.
I point to my cape or my cloak that I have on now, and this cloak can give you many things. It has helped us in quite a bit, but it still has quite a bit of use, and I'd be getting a new one anyways.
He looks it over, and he says, "I will give you 5 of the regulars for."
I say that's a fair deal.
Very good. And he spits in his hand and holds it out.
I will do the same.
So you have this, like, as a green dragonborn, you have this greenish, like, globule of spit. Then he actually,
it's thick. It's
yeah, and it's stanky. And and this time he's the one that kind of pulls his hand back, like, ugh.
Mistakes were made.
But the
just gets
exchange
more
is,
and more grossed out by as this keeps happening.
but the exchange is made.
I should have spit into my mage hand and then shook his hand with that and then dismissed my mage hand. God fucking damn it!
That might have been like an insult.
That's why I was asking which hand you were spitting in.
Well.
I mean, I don't know. That could have been the better thing than the insult.
Yeah.
So you've traded for the cloak and the pearl and some other stuff.
We got 5
And you
regular
got
healing potions.
5 regular healing potions.
Yep, and the diamond.
And that diamond, yes. Is there any other trading you wish to do?
I believe everything else that I would have to offer would be an insult, so I do not.
Hath no need for any of those.
Hey, anything in the bag is yours as well.
Yeah. Father, if you have interest in any of these items, we share a common wealth.
No, everything's fine. I'm going to make a child happy. That's what's important. Bring a little light to the dimness down here.
Right.
Nothing else?
I got tree fish.
I got nothing to trade.
I'm good.
All right.
Okay.
Very well. It was a pleasure doing business with you. You shall be taking off then?
Yes.
Pretty soon. Yeah. Still have that agreement, right?
But of course.
Great. You can see that Dane looks a little, like he's kind of itching to go.
The grog in the group?
He tells you, so, you wish to find, for the second time, apparently, Dane, you wish to find the new Empress, Iruha Porla. And that is where we will end tonight's session.
Mother
Okay.
bitch.
Can I do one quick thing?
What's up?
Just for the Pearl of Power, I just want to ask Noxus. You appear to be most limited in the use of your arcane powers. Would this pearl be of use for you?
I don't know how I would say this in character, but out of character, it actually would be really useless to me because I cast way too high of a level for spells.
Yeah.
Or you can't use it for you?
Yeah, now
Yeah.
you're all 4th level spells, or 8th or 5th level. Yeah. So,
He can't cast less
technically,
than that.
yeah.
Yeah, you can't actually use it to regain a spell slot. Okay.
Nope.
No, I would not be able to. I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
And
The one time I tried to do something good.
I started reading.
You tried.
Oh yeah, God forbid
You tried, and
you can't
therefore
cast
no one can
another lightning
criticize
bolt.
you.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that would be really cool to get, and I was like, oh wait, it would be totally useless to me.
Yeah.
Surprised you guys didn't want the Earth Elemental gem.
Kind of wanted it, but
I didn't hear
have
that
anything
that's
to
what it was.
trade.
You have stuff you can trade.
Yeah, we have we have stuff in the bag, guys. If we can give him more precious gems, like we don't need them.
They
They're all
don't.
rubies.
They have a bunch of precious gems.
Yeah.
So it's
it wouldn't be as useful to them.
Yeah.
Maybe the potion of shrinking.
Oh yeah, we could do
but
that.
I figured we needed the healing potions more. That's why I gave them.
Yeah, that's why I got them.
Well, we do have 17 bottles of moonshine in the fucking in the back.
Oh
my god!
Yes,
that's true.
Can we retcon that?
Get them hammered.
Please.
What do you want to? Do you guys want to? What do you want to trade for the moonshine?
I got
if we can.
I gotta go, but
Okay.
Get as much shit as you possibly can.
Dane,
try not to hurt their feelings.
Yeah.
Dane,
yes,
you had 14 XP tonight.
Nice.
Okay, thank you.
Can I write on
put
that
that in
too?
really quick?
Can I write on that too and also head out if you guys want to do more trading?
Yeah. I'm gonna give out everybody's XP real quick. 13 for Fike, 13 for Nox, 13 for Shango, 13 for Cortanis, 13 for Sao, and 14 for Dane. It's actually pretty close for everybody tonight.
Level up.
Oh, we have level ups.
I don't. Either way, you guys have a good night.
Night.
You too.
Woo!
Later.
Tank.
Cortanis, you leveled.
Huzzah.
So did I.
8th level.
Yep.
Feat or ability score improvement?
She said she wanted to go.
This is tough because I'm trying to figure out. I was going to do something in character that would have set up what I want to do, but I don't know. There's a convo I eventually need to have with Shango, but I need.
Yeah.
We can do it at the beginning of next session?
Yeah. Well, at the beginning of next session, you're gonna get some. Yeah, you're gonna get some the fuck do you call it? Some dialogue dump from the chief here about how to get to where you want to go and the stuff that's in your way and a little bit of lore dump. What's that word that they use?
Exposition.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, it would
he's
probably
gonna
have to be like first shift rest or something like that.
Yeah.
Hold B to skip cutscene.
Yeah, he's gonna be expositing.
Expositing all over us.
Yeah. But you can have that conversation after. Yeah.
Okay.
What did you wanna? Was there a feat or something you were thinking about, Cortanus?
Resilient. Probably for charisma.
For charisma
she
saves?
fucking sucks at it, and it keeps happening.
If you want to do that, you can do that.
Yeah, even though we probably already hit both things in the game that do charisma shit to us, but
hey man, you're in the Underdark.
Yeah, that's true.
Anything can happen in the Underdark.
So, yeah.
Magic users,
Yeah.
spells.
But hey, I only have -1 to my charisma stuff now.
Well, I was gonna say, doesn't that also
give you a +1, so I'm at 8 instead of 7.
Whoop, whoop.
Hurrah!
gives you a +1?
And then you get proficiency in the saving throw, I think.
Yep.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what. That was the first feat that Gil took to make sure he did not bloodlust werewolf kill everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was either that or like get some more rewarding maneuvers, but in character, I tend to take feats and stuff as things happen in character that react to what happened. So.
Yeah.
Oh, Nox, BT Dubs. I love.
There's
your
a
camera.
durable is the
I
one
can see
here.
your beautiful face.
No.
What's that?
That's also a good one.
Yeah.
I said I love that you have your camera on now, so I can see your beautiful face.
Do you know what I'm doing before I head out, Bill?
What's that?
Do you not want to know what I'm doing for the level up, or?
Oh yeah. I didn't hear that you
You're also
leveled up
level
too.
8.
Sorry.
Yep.
Also at level 8, I'm gonna pick up Spell Driver as a feat.
Spell
Woo!
Driver. That's the one that allows you to cast the second level spell or less as a bonus, right? Instead of just
no matter what.
So I can do a leveled spell and then a second level or lower in the same turn.
Yes.
That's Matt's
really good
specific.
one.
Yeah,
right?
that's a feat from the campaign guide.
From the campaign guide.
Yep.
And then I'll switch out a spell and pick up a new spell.
Okay. What are you switching out?
Detect magic from the Sorceress. I'm going to switch that out.
Okay.
Yeah, I can just say I switch out Detect Magic for Chromatic Orb, hence why I needed the diamond.
Ah.
And I'll pick up Blight as a new spell.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Blight.
I leave you nothing but to wither and rot. I cast Blight.
All right.
Sweet.
Good night, guys.
Night.
Night. Good night. Get some sleep, old man.
Thanks for watching, everybody. See you.
Cortanus with the 13.
I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder. I'm proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder. I'm proud to be in whatever sitch, like singing on Twitch or playing D&D. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder. You may call me obsessive, but I just border on being a collector and being a dragon that sits atop my treasure. That's so shiny. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder. And my partners love me for it. I'm a natural 20 when it comes to being me.